episode 4 of the Dailey-Lumber Podcast. I am Daily Beaton.
And I am Sir Lumber. As everyone should know by now.
Yes. And if you can't guess, that is how Dailey-Lumber came to be. Very complicated.
I'm glad it's episode 4 and we're explaining that.
Yes. Very good. So, let's start off with the good old what we're playing. What are you playing this week? What's going on?
Classic. Well, it's been a couple weeks now since we've done the last podcast, so I've actually had several accomplishments recently.
Oh.
Technically finished 2 games. So I broke out the old PS3 and finally played through Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus.
Oh, nice.
So from what I've heard, it's super important, but that's technically like the prequel to the game that's coming, the Ratchet game that's coming out, next month. So I wanted to make sure I got that under my belt. I played most.
Got to get that lore ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's super big on the lore there. So I wanted to make sure I played that one. But it was a good time. It was pretty bare bones as far as like the weapons and stuff goes. It was fun, more Ratchet and Clank, but I'm looking forward to the very polished PS5 experience. Yeah. But it was still a good time.
The Ratchet and Clank Future series is weird. It's like Tools and Instruction's a full, complete, good game, and then Quest for Booty's like a side game. And there's
and it was marketed as such.
It was. And then there's Crack in Time, which is like akin to Tools of Destruction in the size and scope. And then it goes back to Into the Nexus. It's strange.
Well, and there was, I think, that game Full Frontal Assault, which I own but did not, I've never played, just like Into the Nexus for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think that one came out in between Crack in Time and Into the Nexus.
Yeah.
But I think you would know more about that one than me. I don't think that was like full length.
I played that on a free PS Now. Like 1 week trial one time.
Yeah,
it was fine. It's Ratchet and Clank Tower Defense. It's kind of strange.
Right, that's what you told me. Yeah, maybe one day I'll honestly, man, if this is a tangent, but if the PS5 was just backwards compatible with PS3, it would make life so much better.
It would.
Issue for another day.
Instead of Smash Bros, we could play PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Right, of course. That's what everyone's looking for. Yeah. But other than that, so I also just recently played through really quickly Tetris Effect on Xbox Game Pass. I did like the first half of the areas on like the normal setting, and then I'll admit I played like the latter half on beginner because I'm not very good at Tetris. So and I have no shame in admitting it. I just kind of want to sit back and enjoy the songs and the experience. So that was fun, but I'm adding it to the video games beaten this year list.
I think you earned it.
It's formal. I think I've earned it too. But other than those 2 games that I finished, I'm still playing Final Fantasy 12 on Xbox Game Pass, which is I'm still getting used to just how that game functions, and it's probably because I keep taking like long breaks from it, like 5 to 7 days, like not.
Yeah.
So I need to play it more consistently, but it is fun, and I'm getting more into like the battle system and stuff and how everything works. But playing Resident Evil Village, started that this week. I know we'll talk about that later.
Nice. Yes.
And then just barely dabbled in Final Fantasy VII on Switch this weekend because all I had was my Switch. I was out of town, so I just barely dabbled in it, and I think that's going to be a good time. Why the face?
You don't bring your PlayStation 5 with you in a portable setup everywhere you go?
Yeah. I would have to rent a trailer. So
yeah, I got the PS5 out back.
Got it out back. Yeah, it's in the outhouse. Yeah, it's hooked up back there. Can't fit in the doorway, but yeah. So I only had the Switch, and so I tried out Final Fantasy VII on. It was you and I talked about it a little bit. Not the optimal way to play it because I don't think, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, I don't think that handheld like standard Switch is the most comfortable thing to play. I think the Switch Lite fixed a lot of problems
that kind of hand curl thing.
Yeah. You get like the hand cramps, and it's just not good, and the buttons don't feel great. And also the Final Fantasy VII version, like on Switch, it like crops the screen to like this.
Yeah,
so,
4:3, baby.
It was it was just not the optimal way to play it, but it was still fun, and I think once I get more into it, I'll have a good time. Probably crank up the speed on it, like 3 times.
I would play through the first third of that game on 3 times speed, maybe then turn it back down.
Yeah. But so I'm looking forward to playing more of that, and it's probably unwise to try and play multiple Final Fantasy games at a time, but I'm a risk taker. That's what I do.
Speaking of multiple Final Fantasies, there was a sale on the eShop. I think it's on other places as well. But I purchased Final Fantasy 8 and 9 for a combined.
As did I.
20. Were they $10 a piece?
I think one was like $9.99.
Oh, one's like $10.20. One was like
it was like $10.29.
This
yeah,
one's
it was a weird
slightly
price.
more expensive.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a little goofy, but that wasn't all I got though. I also got Xenoblade Chronicles for the Switch for $30. I've been putting that off.
That is a steal. That is a steal.
I know. It's one of those games like I know I'll like it, but for some reason I have been avoiding buying it. And then
I understand it's daunting a little bit, you know.
I've seen it at $40 like a half a dozen times, and then it's like, hey, it's 30. I'm like that price I can't pass it. I don't see it getting less than 30. Like
you'll put for someone like you who plays through things real thoroughly, you'll put over 100 hours easy into it because it's got obviously the main game, which there's stuff that I didn't do at the end because I beat the final boss. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But there's stuff but then there's the epilogue, like additional story.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's some things they polished up and kind of optimized a little bit and kind of streamlined. It's not that long of a story, maybe 10 to 20 hours if you're really putting time into it. But you can get a lot of playtime out of that, and I think $30 is a steal for that game.
Yeah. Good stuff. Any other? You pick up any other games last?
So I got Final Fantasy 8 and 9. I've had 7. I mentioned 7, but I've had that for a while on Switch. I just bought it probably right after I finished the Final Fantasy 7 remake on PS4. I was like, okay, I should at least buy Final Fantasy 7 to make sure at some point I play that and get the original story. So I have 7, 8, and 9 digitally on Switch, and then I also picked up the Final Fantasy 10/10-2 remaster physically on Switch from GameStop, which took a while to get my order in, but it finally came. And I bought it. It must have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and it took a while to come in. But just like last week, I saw that Final Fantasy X and X-2 are coming to Game Pass. So I've got the physical copy on Switch. And I may just keep that sealed, because it seems like it's a game that's kind of hard to get, and I don't normally do that with games because most of the things I buy I end up playing. So I may, just play that on Game Pass and keep the Switch version sealed. I don't know. But,
it's funny you mentioned that it came to Game Pass because I was gonna play Final Fantasy IX and that left Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I guess I'll buy it for $10.
No, totally worth it, I'm sure. And I know that one specifically you've been wanting to play, right? So so now I'm the proud owner of Final Fantasies 7 through 10-2. 3 of them being digital, and then I'm playing through 12.
You have 7, 8, 9, 10, not 11, but I got 2 10s, and then 12.
Yeah, exactly. 11 is like another one of the MMO games that I probably wouldn't be into.
I like to imagine just a new numerical system for the world. Like it's like 9, 10. 10 to 11, 12. no 11. No, we got rid of that one.
No. Can't even handle the metric system. So why not? We might as well change up the whole number
keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. I can't wait till 14.5 comes out.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Returnal. I think I'm knocking on the door to beat that game.
Nice.
Based off of what vibes I'm getting in there. It's still a lot of fun. It's still pretty unforgiving at times. I actually had my first crash. A lot of people have been reporting some technical difficulties. I've been running flawlessly the whole time, and then I got a crash right before making some permanent progress in the game, to where I played for 2.5 hours, and I literally had to go press A, or I guess press cross on something. Press cross on something, and then it just cut out. It's like, nope, you failed. And then it lost all my progress, and I put that game down for a couple days. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm gonna beat it hopefully this next weekend. And then who knows? Maybe I'll try to get some end game stuff on that.
That sucks because obviously that game didn't help itself out with how long each run is, and then you crash like that, and And
there's no autosaves, which everyone's been complaining about it. I think it's a weird thing because I get what they want to do. They want to keep it challenging, and they want to keep you on your toes. You didn't want to
for sure.
But it's just at this point it's just inconvenient and bad.
Yeah.
Because what if I play for an hour and it's I have to go.
Right.
I have to leave. I I could leave my PlayStation on or like in rest mode, which will crash it eventually because the rest
Eventually,
mode's,
yeah, because you can't trust that mode
yeah,
right now for some reason.
rest mode's a blight on the PS5 apparently.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that they've acknowledged
Yeah.
the outcry for this. Housemarque has, so hopefully they'll do something.
Yeah, and I can't wait to have whenever I buy it, the better experience with
Yeah,
it.
it's just gonna be a complete game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. I guess that's what roguelites are.
Sure.
Roguelite
Yeah.
are. But yeah, but
It'll improve over time.
there's another game that we've both been playing that I have enjoyed thoroughly, even more so than Returnal, I would say, and that is Resident Evil Village.
Yes.
It came out this last weekend, and I played through the whole thing. I had an open weekend, a completely free weekend with no responsibilities, and I just sat there and schlumped on my belly and played that game for
Pumped on your belly.
however long it took me to beat it.
Yeah.
So,
what was it, like 8-10 hours, something like that?
Yeah, I would
Nice.
say, depending on how you want to play the game, I like completed the map. I found everything, I think I took me 11 hours to beat it. So it's not the longest game, but those games are meant to be, like run through again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think there's a trophy for beating it in 3 hours, which I don't necessarily know what that's going to be like, but
Yeah, didn't you say there's a trophy for beating it with just the knife too?
yeah, just the knife. That's a knife.
I mean, that's a knife.
Yeah, that's a knife. So yeah, that'll be something. I don't know if I'll ever try that one. I don't know. I really enjoy the game. I still want to replay it, but I can't quite justify. I gotta beat Returnal. I can't put that off because
for sure.
But what about you? Have you been playing Resident Evil? You've been enjoying it?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I was out of town this weekend, so I did not get to play over the weekend, but I did start playing on Sunday, and I'm having a great time. I think I mentioned before it's going to be my first Resident Evil, and I really liked the aesthetic setting and the enemy types of the classic kind of powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having a good time. I think I've also mentioned on the podcast that I was going to be playing it in casual mode, and I am doing that, and I'm having a great time just blasting through it. So I've only played maybe 4 hours, but I'm already planning on at some point replaying it on like the standard difficulty, the normal difficulty, and going through a new game plus weapons. That's going to be a good time. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Even though it's pretty easy from like a combat standpoint, I'm still getting some of the jump scares and the really cool exploration.
The experience in the exploration doesn't have a difficulty, so.
Right. Yeah. So it's a really good time, and jumping back into it, probably tomorrow. So.
Yeah. I've really liked the exploration. I was not expecting. I've only played. I played Resident Evil 7, which is the prequel to this, I guess, or this one is a sequel rather.
Right.
And I played that a long time ago. I don't have a whole lot of memories of it. But I didn't realize how the exploration was going to be in this game. I feel like it's very. I really enjoyed finding all the secrets and looking around, and I guess I thought it'd be a little more linear or something like that. Was what I was expecting, but it actually kind of opened up a little more. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as scary as I was expecting it to be.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but it still has its moments. It's definitely some tense moments. The progression system felt really fun. And
the upgrades.
I would love to beat it at least one more time, maybe two, depending on how much time I have left. But, there's Ratchet and Clank and Final Fantasy VII Integrate on the horizon.
Clear calendars.
I don't care what. And I don't care if I'm like an hour away from beating Resident Evil Village again and like getting the platinum. If those come out, I have to like place it over here. It's like,
just hard stop.
Hard stop.
Go to That's
gonna be good. And then it's like E3 also. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's just gonna be a total like lazy freaking do nothing weekend except play video games and watch the streams that are happening. Like I don't know
if I mentioned it on here, but real world update. I did take off the Monday and Tuesday of E3, so I'm going to full on schlump.
Nice.
I'm gonna order some Pizza Huts. Knowing out Pizza's the Hut. I'm gonna make some coffee, and I'm just gonna enjoy myself for a few days.
Sounds awesome. I haven't pulled the trigger yet on taking time off of work, but we'll see.
You should do it. You should definitely do it.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I just got responsibilities.
When else are you gonna take off a Monday and a Tuesday? And
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Uh,
we'll see.
well, before we
Good
quick
idea.
finish the what we're playing, I want to give a quick shout out to I've been playing Sackboy or Sackboy's
Nice.
Big Adventure, I think it's called co-op.
Yep.
Um, really good co-op game. It's a really good foil to Resident Evil and Returnal. It's like
Yeah.
it's very happy-go-lucky and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like not too hard. I don't have to like focus and like be
Right.
stressed. I just play it, get all the cool little collectibles, and feel good about myself.
Nice.
That game's a really good. I was surprised at how good that game was. It's not like the other Little Big Planets. It's a 3D platformer. It's completely
Right.
different,
Right.
yeah.
And have you finished it? Like
No,
you guys done with it now?
just got to the fourth world, which I think is close to the end. I don't know.
Okay.
But we're doing all the levels, all the replaying stuff, all the challenge
Yeah.
levels and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really fun. The music's like surprisingly good. I knew the music was good in the Little Big Planet games, but like it's got like remixes of like random real world songs, like
Oh,
70s and
really?
80s like jazz, it's
That's
crazy.
awesome. That's really cool.
And like current music, and like it's really fun. And all the levels reacting to the beat of the
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Oh,
a lot of
that's
fun.
super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it to
Nice.
anyone who's looking for a good, fun co-op game.
Nice.
Well, cool. That's what we've been playing. Anything else you've been playing, or is that it?
No, that's the main points I mentioned. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's move forward to another game that just got announced. It's also coming out like the day of Final Fantasy and
That weekend.
Ratchet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's not as much of a game per se as it is like a tool. Or it's Nintendo announced Game Builder's Garage,
Yeah.
which is like it looks like a learn how to make video games tool with like some
Right.
guided tutorials.
Right.
And they market
Right.
it as like learn how to make games from the minds of Nintendo. It's like, oh
Yeah.
well, you gotta
Well.
you gotta flex
Yeah.
on us a little bit there. Like, is
Yeah.
Miyamoto
Yeah.
gonna be sitting there like talking to me?
Yeah. I hope so.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one. It looks
Yeah.
they definitely gamified the game building engine.
Right.
And they're trying to make it very visual. It looks like I think it'll be fun. I half expect it to be like simple, like because they show it at first. It's like simple, like a 2D platformer, like jump and like run and like.
Right.
But then they like
Yeah.
do like a quick like little what do you call it? Little like quick sequence of like things you can make. And there's like every random genre of games. So it looks like they're really going to open up the toolkit and like let you go crazy.
Yeah, and it's pretty low risk. I feel like as far as people who want to maybe try it out, because it's like a half price game. It's $30.
$30, yeah.
So like that's really cool. I was not someone who enjoyed like for example Super Mario Maker very much. Kind of in the same vein of like being creative and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think I'll still try this one. What kind of tool sets they give you for this kind of stuff, and I guess kind of the person in me that wants to be a programmer and coder and stuff like that, and I'm
Yeah.
not very those things.
Yeah.
Maybe this will kind of get me going in that direction. Who knows? But
Yeah,
it's
for
probably
sure.
a lot to. Yeah, it's probably too much hype, but
Hey, I mean,
I
I've-
would like to try it out.
I've always wanted to make a game, and this could be a good like
could
dip
do it
your
with this.
dip your toe in kind of thing. Make something real simple just to like get understand and get some ideas.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for
what's
sure.
super exciting to me, and this hasn't been like super like very clarified, I don't think yet. You know, one complaint people have with like Mario Maker is like, oh, I don't like to make levels, but it's like you
Right.
want to play levels other people make, and
Yeah.
if this game has good sharing capabilities with like randoms online, like in Mario Maker, you have like the hot levels, the feature
Yeah.
levels, and you have newest. If they have like games that are like sorted by like rating, like a rating system, and you can just play. Think of all the people who are going to get this, all the crazy
Right,
stuff you're
right.
gonna see.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be like very polished stuff because there are some super talented people out there.
But
so.
I'm worried that like they're not gonna stick that landing because they never do with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you keep thinking like, oh, they messed up here, but I've heard the feedback, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna change the next time. They don't.
Yeah,
Like,
it has the potential to be like a literal limitless blue ocean of like basically indie games,
Right.
like low budget indie games, quick experiences, or it could just be like share this 12-digit code with your friend, and you can play
12
his
digits.
2D platformer that he made. It took him
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
So who
Yeah,
knows?
well, the thing is, okay, so Super Mario Maker is its own thing, right? Because it's very Mario themed, obviously, and it's
Yep.
kind of, that was up until this point Nintendo's version of that kind of game creator type deal.
Yep.
Now I feel like something like this, and I've only watched like the one trailer. I feel like it's going to be directly compared to, in a way, that game that came out, that PlayStation exclusive called Dreams.
Yep.
With Media Molecule, I believe it are the developers.
Also, Little Big Planet, I believe.
Oh, is that of that too?
I believe
Nice.
Media,
Okay.
Media Molecule is Little Big Planet.
Nice. But with a game like that exists, and I've heard such positive things about that, that game and what you can do with it as far as making your own stuff. I feel like if they really don't step up to the plate here with this Game Builder's Garage, I mean, it's just gonna, I don't know, it won't look good. But.
They have a unique opportunity because, like you mentioned, Dreams is you've seen some crazy stuff out of Dreams, but I've also heard, I have no personal experience with it, but I've also heard that Dreams is like a half step away from just like programming in a normal engine anyway.
Right.
Like
right.
it's not, it's pretty daunting. It's not
very user friendly for newcomers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why Nintendo has this unique opportunity to really,
bridge that gap.
Make it super basic, make it visual, give good tutorials in the game, and let people learn on their, give them the baseline, let them figure out and get creative on their own.
Right.
And there is a code sharing functionality you can share with your friends. Like, I can't figure out how to get this part of my game to work. Can you figure that out? And
you're telling me that's already in Game Builder's Garage, confirmed?
Yeah, they showed that.
Oh, wow.
Like, I have a game, and I don't, let's say we want to make a game together. I make a level. I could send you the game, and then you could make something in there.
I mean, if it has that capability, and the sharing stuff better be good. Like
I'm just worried it's going to be friends only, because they didn't say play online the top levels. They said the one thing they've shown is share codes with your friends.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
I want to stay optimistic because, like I said, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be really something.
Yeah.
It
At
could
the
be
very
something.
least, I'm still. Yeah, I'm still gonna try it. But
for sure.
Yeah.
That could be something I just have on my Switch, just downloaded to check in on once a week, see what new games are.
Yeah, and then if you get inspired by something, you can just jump in and hopefully if they do a good foundation for how to use it and kind of showing you all the tools and all that stuff, and you could keep coming back to it and making something of your you talk about your desire to make a real game. I mean, this could keep you down that path. So
there's gonna be some crazy Reddit forums if this game blows up, just scrolling through, finding all the big recommendations. That'd be a good time.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. Any other thoughts on Game Builder's Garage?
No, looking forward to it. Just hoping Nintendo does a good job with it, So we'll see.
So that's a confirmed Nintendo game. There's a non-confirmed, rumored Nintendo game that I know both of us would be pretty excited about.
Yeah.
This week there was some news on the Metroid Prime Trilogy. A former developer of the lead developer of the first three games came out and said he thinks it's unlikely that the trilogy will come to the Switch. He cited mainly citing Metroid Prime 3 control system, from what I understand.
And the motion controls, because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, the first two Metroid Primes came out on GameCube, right?
Yep.
And then the third one came out on Wii.
Yep.
And so the concern seemed to be how they would adopt the motion controls to the Switch and give the option for regular controls. And it seemed like he didn't think that even the Switch could handle if they kept it fully motion control.
Yeah.
He made it sound like the
gyro doesn't work as good as pointer controls. So yeah.
Right. So lots of concerns from his standpoint on how to adopt the controls, and I think Metroid Prime 1 and 2, since they already had the regular controls, standard controls, that would be easy to port over. But maybe it's different for the third one. But I think Nintendo's already doing something similar with Skyward Sword, with the remaster, or whatever you want to call it. It's coming out in July, so I think that they perfectly have it in their skill set to adopt any game they want.
At the end of the day, if they try hard enough and put enough resources, they could. I mean, they could technically remake the third game if they, which they're not. I just basically, it just depends on how much effort, if they're willing to put that effort in. And that game's been rumored for a long time, and the consensus of the rumors have seemed to be that game wasn't mentioned because Metroid Prime 4 got delayed,
Right.
so it got tabled for a bit.
Right.
I mean, at this point, I feel like anyone can say anything, and it's not going to change my opinion on whether it exists or
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah.
just he said, she said. And this guy,
Yeah.
I believe, I mean, he worked on the original games, but he hasn't been there in like a decade.
Yeah, which is about how long it's been since the third one came out, right?
Probably. I mean, we make
you know,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. I think that given how long it's been since the original games came out, they're going to release Metroid Prime 4 on Switch or Switch Pro, whatever. Like they need some way to like bridge the gap of people who have never played the original. Like, and I don't know, unless they like soft reboot the series with 4.
Yeah.
Someone like me who's never played any of the games, like it may be tough for them to want to jump into that. It's like, so it's a really good way to generate hype and then get a new audience into your series that they haven't played before. So I think that the port for the trilogy exists. Like I'm
It's too good of a slam dunk. They just show a cinematic trailer for Metroid Prime 4, get everyone hyped, and they're like, "Oh, coming next year," and everyone's like, "Oh," and then they're like, but this one comes out tomorrow, and it's like, and then it's like play the 3 original games. I doubt they'll handle it like that, but
slam dunk.
I feel like it exists. Where there's smoke, there's fire. At some point, you got to think.
Exactly. Lots of smoke here.
So yeah, I think I would love to get that game. I too have not played the Prime games. I just missed them. It was one of those games that wasn't on my radar when I had a GameCube.
Right. Same
but
here.
yeah, I would love to go back and play those games and experience them in preparation for Prime 4.
Yep.
So I got my hopes up. I'm cautiously optimistic,
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe we'll hear about it in less than a month at E3.
Yeah. If we're gonna hear about it at all this year, it's gonna be there. I would think so.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, though, it just comes to the purpose of this trilogy. They're not looking for. They're not really looking for sales per se of the trilogy. They're looking to increase interest in sales of the fourth game.
Right.
So it all depends on where the fourth game's at in development and what's going on with that, and then the trilogy will follow suit. I feel like.
Right. Yep.
Cool. All right, so now let's move on to the next subject. We're going to be talking about our hopes and dreams, or our predictions, rather, for some Smash. It's happening. It's happening again.
Oh, no. We all knew this day would come.
Oh, no. A new challenger approaches. It is. Find him. Andy Landy has returned.
Another anime sword fighter.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Oh, goodness.
We had to get...
He's got a sword.
He's had that ready. That is news to me. But we got Andy Landy back, talk about some Smash. E3's coming up. Pretty likely we're going to see a new Smash character. So I thought it'd be fun to go through what we thought would be like a good, bad, and the ugly, like a most likely, kind of likely, and definitely not likely Smash characters. So we all have one of each.
Or more than one.
Or yeah, sorry, at least one of each, rather.
At least one of each.
So yeah, let's start off with Landy. What's your realistic Smash Brothers character guess?
So the most realistic one on the list of what I have, and this is a little bit of like a personal hope, also, but I would love to see, and what I think is definitely possible with the popularity of this game, is either the Monster Hunter main character or an NPC from that game, which I don't know.
Not a bad guess.
Seems like pretty good guess for that. My long shot that I put in.
Do you wanna wait? Let's do our realistic ones first.
Yeah.
Come on, Andy.
Sorry,
You're jumping ahead here. Come on.
No, but the Monster Hunter character would be pretty. I mean, I feel like that's pretty likely.
Yeah.
I know they have this, determined months and years ago or whatever. It's not like a current events thing, but I would be surprised if that wasn't at least thrown around.
Right.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next real quick just to spice things up. My character is a character from another fighting game. I'll see if I can guess it while I'm talking about it real quick. Character from another fighting game that shows up, has shown up in a lot of other games, and most recently in a Fortnite, as a Fortnite skin. And that is, I think Chun-Li is going to be in
I've seen talk about this.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a good guess.
I think they've already got the Capcom, Capcom just like Monster Hunter. Good relationship with Capcom going. They've already got Ryu and Ken in there, which is one thing where I'm like, it might be a little bit too much. But Chun-Li's showing up in like a bunch of other fighting games right now. I think she just showed up in like a Power Rangers fighting game. And then she's like in the Fortnite, a Fortnite skin. And she's like the 1 and 2 with Ryu. Her and Ryu are in like everything together.
Yep.
So I think it'd be cool to see Chun-Li in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my realistic guess.
Not another sword fighter. So
Not another sword fighter.
People will probably be okay with it.
I think they even put in, on a side note, I think they even put in a way to do her hairstyle in Monster Hunter, and I was thinking people like,
Yeah, she's in Monster. I forgot. I got the list up here of other random things she's in. So she's in, like you said, Monster Hunter. She's a skin or like a DLC, whatever you call it, in Little Big Planet, which I think is funny.
Oh, what? That's funny.
Yeah. A variety of like cameos in other Capcom games like Mega Man 9, Breath of Fire. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. Basically, a handful of Capcom games, some random other third-party games, and then Fortnite, of course. Most recently, I believe. Yep.
Nice.
That's
a good prediction.
What about you, Sir Lumber?
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you call me? Thank you. So I think that this probably wouldn't make people happy because it is a sword fighter. But with the game recently,
Now, is it an anime sword fighter?
No, it is not. But with the game recently, the game that this character is from, recently being, recent is kind of maybe the wrong word, but within the last year or two, I can't remember when it came out on Switch, but with the popularity of the game and then now it's on Switch, I think it's perfectly reasonable to expect this. But Geralt from The Witcher,
there we go.
I think that would be cool. He's got, obviously he's got the swords, but then he's got, some of his different, I guess call them spells that he's able to cast. So
he could be Discount Link. He could be like
sure,
or like Hero.
Yeah,
he could be a hero.
Yeah, he
or have
could.
something similar to Rob, and I could see that being a really similar moveset.
Yeah.
What about Roach? You think Roach will just play as Roach? It'd be
hope
Geralt
so.
and Roach.
Side B, you just ride on. He appears out of nowhere, just like the game. He just appears out of nowhere and you just start riding him.
Yep.
That'd be pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. But Geralt was pretty heavily featured in the most recent Soul Calibur game. So I mean, he's been in other random stuff. He's been in Monster Hunter, right? He's as like a skin or something like that, right?
It was layered armor that you could put on in Monster Hunter World. Yep.
Yeah, so I think it's perfectly reasonable, especially because the game is on the Switch, and while that may not be the most ideal way to play that game,
it is most certainly the most ideal way to play it.
It's cool that it runs and you can play it portably. I've never, tried it out on Switch, but I think that's a cool prediction. I don't know if we want to go into any more. Are we going to go into like more long shots after this one? I did have one other one.
If you got another perfectly realistic character.
I think another Pokemon is perfectly reasonable for them to add. They have Gengar and Lucario and the Pokemon Trainer, and is that it? Is that all they have in there so far? Mewtwo, that's of course. But like someone like maybe Gengar, I've seen people talking about. That would be kind of cool to have him in there, or like Machamp, just like a big four-armed, maniac.
Or what if it just wasn't one of those fighting like Pokemon at all? What if it was just like, I don't know, Mudkip?
Why not?
Mudkip would be sweet. I would play as Mudkip.
Oh, heck yeah.
Imagine Swampert, though.
Swampert,
I think the Pokemon more, it would seem more likely for a heavy one, because I think we're with Pikachu and Pichu.
Pikachu, duh. I forgot about them, too.
Those are all, like, very light characters, so
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more likely to do a medium or a heavy.
Yeah, I know.
Wailord.
And, I'm just thinking, like...
Wailord.
That's obviously, now that you've helped me remember some of the other Pokemon that are in there, obviously that is a heavily featured series in the game, but it's also like a first party, Nintendo IP.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they haven't done one of those for a little while, right? Because they have Pyramithra recently and then Sephiroth before that. So, I mean, they're going to have to bring it back to Nintendo mainline stuff at some point. So I think maybe with this one or the next one. So I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, I guess the only first party stuff they have in this DLC pack was so they have Min Min, which is obviously first
Yeah.
party, and then Pyramyth are first party, but none of those
Well,
are
yes,
super
but
super big, like
right.
like
That's what I meant.
they're almost like little marketing
Yeah, exactly.
opportunities.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Speaking of marketing opportunities, I'll go ahead and give my next one. I think the reason this isn't the long shot or like the second tier is because I feel like if this character had a better shot to be added earlier, maybe in Sephiroth's spot, just the timing. But I think Impa from Age of Calamity would be a cool addition because they
Yeah.
have that DLC coming out. I believe it comes out in June or July. I think they could match some marketing there with Impa from Age of Calamity. The reason they could have easily done this around when Age of Calamity came out and further
Yeah.
sold that game in general. That's
Well,
why I
but
have
they
it.
can build hype back up again because there is DLC
They
coming
could
out.
build hype back up. I just figured they would have, I don't know, maybe captured that a little bit more at the beginning. Is why I have it in this
Yeah, that's true.
section. Maybe the time's passed. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it'll help sell the DLC. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you, Sir Landy?
For the long shot category, I have a couple, but the first one that I thought of in there would be, and it kind of depends on other events that sort of happen, and also I guess like you said, it's kind of not a current events thing, so it kind of depends on Nintendo's knowledge of things, but I would not think it's completely out of the question to see Hollow Knight or Hornet join the roster.
What if it was like
I
a
think
duo?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know, so that's the kind of part of it that is like, it kind of depends on all the moving pieces of like, do you put in Hornet to bring up hype for Silksong, or do you put in Hollow Knight, which would still do the same thing, but it's actually like kind of the main character from the main game? I don't know. So that's one that I think is kind of in the middle. I have a couple more, but I'll save them in case my moonshot gets taken.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Well, what about you, Sir Lumber?
So you can maybe consider this one a long shot, but I have always wanted to see some kind of PlayStation like representation in Smash. You know, they have Steve from Minecraft. Steve. But I think, and this is again, call it a moonshot if you want, but I think it could happen, but definitely a long shot. Maybe see Ratchet and Clank in there. I think that would be a super cool
Wow.
character.
Now they gonna
Why?
announce that at E3 and market their new game for them.
They
Right there,
could.
there?
They totally could. That's why I'm calling it a long shot. And
Yeah.
then what else do I have? In the same vein, but on the Xbox side of things, and I think I've seen more talk about this, but maybe still kind of a long shot. But Master Chief would be kind
I
of
think
cool.
Master Chief's more likely.
More serious. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I would like to see some PlayStation representation. If PlayStation played nice with others, you know, we could get Ratchet and Clank. I mean, that's one of their biggest, first party, mascots. So
Yeah.
that would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Ratchet and Clank would definitely be fun. I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll see a Sony one though.
No, I don't think we will.
I feel like the only reason, I mean, people keep talking about Master Chief being possible, and maybe it is. I don't know, but I feel like Steve's a different case. Technically, Microsoft owns
Right.
Minecraft,
Right.
but that's not what people know it from.
Yeah.
So, but I do think if we get one of the other first parties, I think it would be Microsoft. I think it'd be Master Chief.
Microsoft first, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause they
I
seem to
would be
buddy-buddy over
surprised
there.
if they got Ratchet and Clank, but not Master Chief.
I know. Yeah.
that'd be
I mean,
very-
Who knows what's going on behind closed doors with any kind of workings and dealings? But yeah, Master Chief probably better.
What if the last
shot,
two
but-
characters are just Master Chief and Kratos, like announced
Dude,
like same day, same
I'll-
time?
I'll admit I had Kratos on the list too, and that's more of a moonshot for
Yeah.
me. But yeah, it'd be really cool to get some PlayStation first party like representation.
No, what if
I
the
don't think we will. But
what if the PlayStation representation was like Parappa the Rappa? Like,
oh jeez, never played one of those games. So.
yeah. Andrew, you have any other non-moonshots?
Yeah, I do. I put along the same. I think you had Impa as the Zelda rep. I thought of Skyward Sword, and so I guess kind of one of the bads in that game, and also obviously a spirit in Smash is Girahim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I also put on Tetra because you have all these extra links, so why not have all these extra Zeldas? So
Yeah.
Or they could just add another extra Link and have a little toy Link from Link's Awakening. He like
Yes.
waddles across the level.
Lego Link.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were the other two that I had in the long shot category.
I can give one more long shot. I think it's only a long shot and instead of a moonshot because it is a Nintendo, first party thing. But any or all of the Breath of the Wild champions would be really cool. But I mean, unless they just chose one of them, they would have, 4 completely different characters. But it'd be cool to see like Daruk. He's my favorite.
The only reason I didn't have them as a likely one, because I do think that would make sense, is the fact that they pick one or like what's less likely or more likely? You pick one of them, or they just force out all of them into one mega character.
They're so different. Like they'd all play so
basically
different.
Be 4 different characters.
It'd be 4 times the work, and I just no way. There's no way. So they would have to pick one, but I don't think they would want to do that either because I think all of the champions are pretty, for people who know the game and all that, they're really recognizable and I don't think they'll do it. But
so you said Daruk would be one you want. Which one would you want the least?
I don't know. Maybe Rivali. I didn't really like him very much.
I think that's the point.
Well, exactly. So he's got his bow, but I don't know how interesting he'd be to play as. All the other characters like are like melee, like up front, up close. Kind of. That's how they would play them.
Urbosa would be pretty intense with like some lightning attacks.
Urbosa would be pretty intense, and then Daruk would just be like this. Like big, like Bowser with a club. So.
I was gonna say Donkey Kong with a club, like just like imagine him. Clubs. Exactly. His roll attack or Donkey Kong's dash attack where he rolls. Oh, yeah. Just Daruk doing that. I would just use it so much. We're rolling all over the place.
But he comes up with a club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sweet. So who wants to start off the moonshot category?
I can go ahead. I don't think I've started a category.
Oh, there you go. Let's keep it going.
This is totally moonshot, but I just thought of another character that would bundle with this in the same kind of vein, and they're both equally unlikely. But Sigurd/Siegmeyer or Solaire from Dark Souls.
I would pay literally an entire DLC bundle's worth for just Sigurd. If they're like a separate third pack where it's just Sigurd,
I would
$30. I'll give another $30.
Yeah, I would absolutely not going to happen. But Dark Souls Remastered is on Switch, so maybe.
I want Sigurd to be the main character of Elden Ring.
Yeah, maybe he will.
Maybe
that's his origin
Prove
story.
to me that is not the case yet. You cannot definitively prove that to me.
I want it to be the case, so I will not argue with it.
It's his origin story. It's like no one knows until the very end.
Yeah. He puts on the onion helmet.
Yeah. It'd be so great.
Yeah, that's my moonshot.
I'll go next. My moonshot is it's not a moonshot because the franchise is unlikely. I think the franchise is actually kind of likely, but I think the character from that franchise would be very random and strange. But I've got to have my boy Beef Boss in there from Fortnite. This is Beef Boss. He's he's my Fortnite skin.
I'm glad I know that thing's name now.
Yeah,
because I didn't.
He is the Beef Boss. So
Burger Man.
All joking aside, I think a Fortnite character wouldn't be like out of the realm of possibilities. I think that's somewhat possible.
But isn't there so many though?
Oh, there's so many.
What is like
Master Chief and Kratos are in Fortnite. Chun-Li's in Fortnite.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't think Master Chief and Kratos will be introduced as a Fortnite character.
That's what it was. It was Kratos, specifically the Fortnite version of Kratos.
The Fortnite version of Kratos.
No, but I had to throw my boy Beef Boss a bone. He's been asking me to get on the podcast. So.
Well, from someone who plays Fortnite, is there anyone more recognizable to Fortnite?
Yeah, there's like the main character. His name's Jonesy. It's like with the story.
That's who you're referring
the story revolves around him. So yeah, that's who it would be. It would be Jonesy. Yeah. And there would be other skins, but there would be all generic skins. I'm sure
Beef Boss would be one of them then.
If Beef Boss is in the game, I will main Beef Boss. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
I want a real quick move set from you on Beef Boss.
You got to have the Patty Whacker, which is his pickaxe.
I'm glad I'm learning all this.
The dash attack will be the Patty Whacker, just running at them. The forward smash, Patty Whacker. He's got to have some distance. His neutral B would be like the assault rifle kind of thing, know.
Okay.
He'd have the glider, which his glider is like a mustard and ketchup bottle squirting.
Of course
It
it
like
is.
directional
You
inputs.
didn't even have to tell me that. I knew.
Yep. Mainly just a whole lot of patty whacking. That'd be
Yeah,
his
patty
main
whacking.
moveset.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's go on to Sir Landy over here. What's your moonshot?
I have a couple.
Pie in the sky.
And the first one that I wrote down that maybe it was too easy or too obvious, but I gotta put it in for the moonshot of Waluigi. He's just been getting
I have a conspiracy
no love
theory that they're gonna
forever.
it's like this weird. It's part of my brain where it's like you're just making up things that'll make you happy. But I imagine them being like they announced the second to last character, and like we've got one character left, but here's a bonus, and he'd be like what Piranha Plant was.
Yeah,
It'd be like a
I can
thank
see
you,
that.
Yeah.
like a thank
like a
you
third-party
bonus
rep,
character.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not gonna.
So are you in the party of both of you in the party of people that like really want him to be added? Because I'm not like a huge Waluigi.
I think
fan.
I was past. I'm past that. But I think it'd be fun. The meme's gone.
Yeah.
But it would be funny for sure.
I don't know if I want it for the sense of like I like that character enough. I mean, he was really cool in Super Mario Strikers, Strikers Charged. So like Zach and I have talked about it before that he could be like a sports themed character for all the Mario sports.
Have that
games.
tennis racket.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Sports stuff with him because he's usually in all of those. So I just think of it as more like a poetic justice thing. Now we have Daisy in the game. You basically have every, major face from Mario in the game already. So it's kind of just left out to dry. So that's more of what it is for me.
Real quick, while we're on the topic, I knew this, but I want to clarify it. Do you either of y'all know what Waluigi's first appearance is? What game?
I feel like you told me this, but I don't remember.
Isn't it something crazy? Like, isn't it Waluigi Pinball?
No, not a chance.
No, okay. I thought it was something weird like that.
No, it is Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis
Nice.
for the Nintendo 64 was the first appearance of Waluigi. I like to imagine there was no reference, no reasoning. He was just there in the background. It's like there's a strange purple man here, and they just went with it.
Kind of looks like Luigi. Kind of does.
Kind of does.
Kind of doesn't.
Kind of doesn't.
The other one I put on there, kind of on the same vein of Sigurd, was the Bloodborne main character.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
But that's definitely a moonshot.
The hunter?
That would be,
The hunter.
Yeah, the hunter.
What's he wearing? Is he wearing the default?
I
Oh,
would
yeah, like the
say
box
he
art,
He would
like-
do well as the default box
Yeah.
logo of having
Maybe
the
some
same
cool costumes.
weapons. And oh, sure, you can. Yeah. you
Pyramid
can
head.
mix
Some cool
it around.
It's got to be the pyramid head.
Yeah, you gotta have a pyramid head for sure.
Or the cage. The cage.
The cage.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the Mentos cage. Yeah.
Oh.
Or what if there's something just super like disappointing? It was just like Paper Mario.
I mean, Nintendo would do it.
I could
They
see
would
that
do it.
happening, and there are people that really like Paper Mario. Every game is somebody's favorite, so there are people that would want that. He got the game pretty recently for the Switch.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
true.
played
It would have
but
made.
it looks pretty
yeah.
cool. So
It'd be kind of odd to bring him in, like, because you always think of this stuff, as maybe like some kind of marketing or, I don't know. He's not really. Paper Mario isn't being talked about, that much right now. It'd be kind of strange. It'd be so anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Paper Mario.
Or if the second to last character is someone really cool, and the last character is like a Paper Mario. And
What was the last character of the first
it
DLC
was Byleth.
pack?
Byleth, but they're like immediately like, whoa.
Right.
There's more.
There's more. Yeah.
If they just ended it on Byleth, that would not have gone over well at all. Which it didn't.
I mean,
it didn't in the first place. But
right. I'm not someone who's as passionate about this stuff, but I thought, if they did end it with that, I don't think that would be such big a deal.
I was excited for Byleth.
All three
that
of
was
us
one of my
played that
guesses.
game, so we kind of don't have the same perspective as these people that just kind of
like, oh, another
only
Fire
play
Emblem
Smash.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Any last minute hopefuls come to mind?
Let's see. No, I've pretty much mentioned all of them. I did have. I think this one was too obvious because I think a lot of people were talking about it. But Crash Bandicoot, I think is a pretty likely one.
Also on my list of like likely / possibles that I just disregarded because it wasn't as exciting.
Right. Exactly. That's why I didn't mention it. But yeah.
Yep. All right. So now that we got through the Smash stuff, I thought it'd be interesting. I've seen a lot of people covering this. There's a leaker, quote unquote, who's credible, quote unquote, in the Nintendo community. His name's Zippo. I'm not like the biggest on leaks in general, or, you know, there's rumors obviously that are credible, but I'm not about to believe everything everyone says. But a lot of people were talking about this, and I thought it was somewhat interesting. So I thought I'd read off some of these leaks / predictions from this character and see what y'all thought about them.
This character, okay.
From this character, this agent. Scroll down
Secret
here.
agent.
So basically he's saying that he has insider information on some stuff, blah, blah, blah. And he starts off with what we know so far, what we've got announced so far. So we got Metopia. What do y'all think about Metopia?
I mean, I had never heard of it before this. And it was a DS game, right? 3DS?
I think it was a Wii U. Well, no, it was
Okay,
3DS.
either
No, it was
way.
3DS. It was definitely 3DS.
Yeah, either way, I never heard it before, and I'm not going to play it. So.
Yeah, I've seen there's some funny stuff coming up. People making custom Miis, and they're like strangely good. Like there's a strangely intricate Mii creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a good time. So yeah, what about you?
For the meme content, I am ecstatic. For playing it,
Yeah,
Take it or leave
I'll
it.
look at some memes. I think it's a pretty interesting. I guess the premise of the game, at least on the 3DS, my understanding is you have a bunch of Miis on your DS through Street Pass,
Right.
and then it has like a generic RPG, and it like throws in these like Miis on the faces of the characters, like maybe randomly, maybe not. I don't know. But like a
the
random.
villain of the story could be Peter Griffin.
Yeah, or just like one of your random
So-
friends could be like the like a character, just like.
Well, so where are all the Mii's coming from in this version of the game? Because it's on Switch. So.
Yes, they've Nintendo'd it up. You can like share Mii's and such, typical stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But it's
Well, 'cause,
not
like,
as
the
good.
Mii, yeah, that hasn't been a big thing on the Switch at all, right?
No,
Like,
it's pretty lackluster, I would say, especially
Yeah.
compared to the Wii and the 3DS. But
Right.
yeah. So Metopia, nothing too exciting there. We already know about it. Famicom Detective Club, maybe mention it as a little highlight reel. We already talked
Yeah.
about that.
If it were
Seen that.
cheaper, maybe I'd be interested, but
Game Builder Garage comes out either like the day or a couple days before E3. They might highlight some
Yeah.
more stuff there.
I think it's June 11th, yeah.
Yeah, I think E3 starts on June 12th, so who knows
Right.
when Nintendo will be.
Yep. No, that's cool, and I'll try it out.
And we got DC Superhero Girls, we already,
Oh, yeah. I remember that game.
I was in the direct.
yeah, it was from
It
the last
was,
Direct. Okay. All right. Then we got Mario Golf Super Rush. Who's excited for Mario Golf?
For sure.
Heck yeah, dude! That
Oh.
Wario outfit alone is worth the buying price.
Oh, for sure. I think this is like a guarantee we'll definitely see some Mario Golf. Like, we haven't seen that much, and I think it comes out
Oh, yeah.
a couple weeks after E3, so I think
It's in June?
I believe it's late June. It might be late July. No,
Gotcha.
Skyward Sword's July. It's definitely late
Skyward Sword
June.
is July. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll
Okay.
definitely see something from this, whether it's characters or gameplay. Porque no los dos. We'll see it.
Right. Definitely going to get more information on that. That one looks cool.
Skyward Sword HD.
There we go.
We're going to see if there's any changes to this game, whether it be additions or just, an extra mode, whatever. It's going to be during E3. They'll definitely show it.
Yeah,
there.
well, I think they have made it look slightly better from what I've
Yes,
heard. They
yes.
rezzed it or something. So.
Yeah, the Wii was not HD, so this game is
right,
Skyward Sword
right,
HD.
Right.
But I would be hopeful for something, kind of like Bowser's Fury, or maybe even like Tropical Freeze. They added funky mode, just something to like make it.
Yeah. And see, for me, as long as it, plays well and it looks good. I've never played the game, so whatever the base content is, it's probably gonna be good enough for me. But
The only reason I'm not optimistic is those other games. They didn't show the box art. This is the actual official box art for this game. There's no and this other mode in here. So
right.
if it's anything, it's just going to be quality of life stuff, I think.
yeah.
So we already know about that. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Maybe we'll see more
Yeah.
about that. I don't know if it's worth dwelling on.
No.
Okay.
Excited for it though.
So here's where it gets good. Here's the unannounced games that this character supposedly knows about. So the first thing is a 2D Metroid game. So this has been a rumor amongst in the Nintendo world for a while now. I believe the most recent Metroid game is Samus Returns on the 3DS, which is a remake of the second Metroid game, and made by Mercury Steam. So I think the rumor is that Mercury Steam will be making this a brand new 2D Metroid game, which would be the fifth in the line of 2D Metroid games in like the story. I think that's a pretty likely bet that there will be one on the Switch, so this does not surprise me if this happens.
Now, is it just Super Metroid that's available to people via the Nintendo Switch Online?
And regular Metroid on the NES.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There are no Metroid games on the Switch other than those two. And then the only other announced Metroid game is Metroid Prime 4, which is who knows how far away.
Right.
So I think 2D Metroid is possible. I think it's somewhat likely.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while, and yeah, it would be good to get one of those on the Switch.
I'm a fan of Metroidvanias, so it'd be nice to play an actual Metroid game.
Yeah. And I have very little experience with Metroid. I think I played one on the Game Boy Advance. That's probably about it. I played Metroid Other M on Wii. I never.
Oh, really?
It. Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Any thoughts on Metroid, Landy?
No, I think there's a market for it, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's out of the question for sure. And Nintendo's kind of a good delivery system for 2D platformers. I think for the people that are fans of that genre, so yeah, definitely not out of the question.
Cool.
Still not blown away by the rumors yet.
Oh no. This one's a little more interesting to me.
First one, right?
This one's a little more interesting to me. This one is it's the 40th anniversary of old Donkey Kong here.
Is it this year too? Oh
Yep,
my goodness.
40th anniversary. And this one's interesting too because this rumor is also came out from other places around the same time this one came out. And the rumor is that there is this one says 2D Donkey Kong, but I've seen 3D Donkey Kong thrown around.
I'd be more excited for that.
Made by the Mario Odyssey team, who has not made a game since Mario Odyssey. I think that would be freaking awesome.
I would be much more excited for a 3D Donkey Kong than a 2D.
I've played Tropical Freeze. It's great. I would like a 2D Donkey Kong, but I agree a 3D Donkey Kong would be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah.
Especially made by the Mario Odyssey team, who made maybe my favorite 3D Mario game.
Well, and that would explain something I think we've talked about before, that there was never any DLC.
Yeah, we're gonna see Donkey Kong's Odyssey.
Donkey Kong's Odyssey, heck yeah.
And then they meet. It's like a Godzilla and Kong thing. It's like they have one movie, and then they have a combined Mario and Donkey Kong Odyssey coming out in 2025
at the Olympic Games.
At the Olympic Games and Knuckles.
What is the movie verse for that little thing? Because they have the monster verse, right? For Godzilla and Kong. What is that called?
Oh, this just starts out the Smash Brothers, the Smash CU or whatever
the Smash CU. Okay.
SBGCU.
Yeah.
Okay. It works.
There we go. That'd be a good time. So yeah, I think Donkey Kong. There hasn't been a original Donkey Kong game on the Switch yet. Just Tropical Freeze, which another one of those, seemingly big Nintendo series that just like hasn't existed.
Yeah.
So I would love to see some Donkey Kong and put some respect on my Smash main. So
there you go.
Okay. Scrolling down here through some more details. Interested for this one, new Fire Emblem game. So this just a little key art here. That's from Fire Emblem 4, Japanese only. It's just a picture. The rumor with this one is interesting. I think it's somewhat likely. So Fire Emblem is made historically by Intelligent Systems. They make like Advance Wars and all the Fire Emblem games. But Three Houses was co-developed by Koei Tecmo.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses runs in the I think it's like Fire Emblem Warriors engine.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so a lot of the work of that game was done by Koei Tecmo with Intelligent Systems people supplementing it, basically.
Yeah.
And this rumor is that the thing that Intelligent Systems has been focusing on is a remake of Fire Emblem 4, which is a Japanese-only Fire Emblem game. And it kind of makes sense because Fire Emblem 1, 2, and 3 have all been remade for the West. Well, sorry, Fire Emblem 3 was not in the West, but 1, 2, and 3 have been remade. And it would make sense that 4 would also get remade.
Who's the main character in 4? We know?
His name's, you don't know him. His name's Sigurd.
Oh, no, I've never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, so there's actually two main characters.
Sigurd? What?
Sigurd.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's two main characters. You can kind of see them both here, but Sigurd and his son Selef.
Gotcha.
But the rumor is that they've been working on a remake of this game. I would be super excited. I've seen this game played. I know what happens and what goes on. It's definitely one of those games that would definitely need a remake and like not a faithful one. Like it's definitely an old SNES game.
Yeah.
I would probably play it if it was on the SNES app and play just the Japanese and like guess. But for some reason the SNES app only has Fire Emblem 3, I think.
Interesting.
Which is so.
And it's localized?
No.
Oh.
If you get it, so the Western NES and SNES app do not have Fire Emblem.
Gotcha.
You can download the localized Fire Emblem 1, or you could download localized Fire Emblem 1. But the NES and SNES app each have a Fire Emblem game in Japanese only that you could play right now if you desire it.
Wow.
I do not recommend it because
I don't.
you've got to click a lot of text and you do not know what it says.
Yeah.
I have tried, believe me.
How do you know?
Do you want to dismiss everyone in your party?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I tried clicking around a bit. It didn't work very well. This one's kind of obvious, I think. Old Super Mario Party 2. While it did get its first update with the online, it has not received any like content updates. I think the glaring reason for that is all of the new content went into Super Mario Party 2.
Yeah.
And I'm of the mind that this most recent online update was almost like testing the waters for like the online that'll be in the next game, just at the start. So
remind me, the Mario Party games of old, if you will, are they Super Mario Party or are they just Mario Party?
Super Mario Party is them like rebooting the series.
Right. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Because we were up to like 8 or 9 already.
It was 10. Mario Party 10 was the one where you ride around in a cart together. You're not even on the board separate. Yeah, they didn't go over very well.
And when did that? Do you know off the top of your head when that Wii U game came out? What was the difference in year?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, because that was a Wii U game, right? The one you just mentioned.
Yes, and then obviously the most recent Mario Party game was 2018.
Yeah.
The reason this seems somewhat likely is, they're not going to remake an engine for this. They're going to make new boards.
2015.
2015.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're going to make new boards and new mini games. And while that's not easy, I don't think it's as hard as creating. It's going to look like the original Super Mario Party. I'm going to guess.
I know we're not done with this list yet, but I think that this coming before some of the other stuff we mentioned it's too early for a game like that.
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe I'll eat my words, but I think that people want other things. I certainly don't.
Oh,
want
sure.
Super Mario
Yeah. I mean, I think people want other things, but this game, Super Mario Party, I think it's 15 million copies.
And yeah. But
and I think they can
Switch
just.
is so successful. But
well, yeah,
do
for
you think
sure.
Another one would do just as well.
I think it would sell another 10, probably. Maybe, who knows? I don't think this is getting in the way of other games coming out. I think they would use this market as their family party game of the year.
Sure.
Okay. There's
the
still
only competition I could see with that so far is the golf.
Yeah.
But even that, I kind of tend to agree with Zach.
We got 2017 we had Mario Kart, and then we had 2018 had Mario Party and Smash. And then I don't know the last big. They had Clubhouse Games last year. That was a party game, I guess.
I've played that game maybe 3 times. I own it, but I barely played it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have it. But
yeah, it's just a collection of other games.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think there's room for it helps get the more casual market in there. They could really capitalize on the 30-something million Animal Crossing they sold. There's new people in there who would probably like something like this to play with their friends, especially if it's online capable. So I think it's not an unreasonable take.
Yeah.
He says here is more 99 games. I thought this would be an interesting little topic. So he's referring to Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99, Mario 35.
How about Galaga 99?
Galaga 99?
I'd play that.
That'd be
My
fun.
dad would play that. My dad loves Galaga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, any fun guesses here? He mentions Donkey Kong 40. Just playing Donkey Kong.
I mean, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Like jumping over barrels. We're talking about.
You send
like
more
a
barrels.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of
Some
Donkey
weird
Kong.
Zelda 35.
I think Zelda 35 would be cool, like going through dungeons and you send more enemies to their.
Yeah.
Every enemy you kill goes to someone else's dungeon. It'd be pretty sweet.
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
I can
that
see that
one.
working with like a system similar to how they did Link's Awakening, where all the chambers are sort of
Exactly.
random.
Somewhat random.
Yeah.
Or they could just do it to where it's the original Zelda, the actual original dungeons, kind of like Mario 35 was the actual original levels. You just run through them to the next dungeon, to the next dungeon, to the next dungeon.
What about like Dig Dug 99?
Dig Dug 99.
Dig
I
Dug.
would play that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think it'd be a little soon considering Pac-Man 99 just came out. But I don't think we're done seeing these free
No, I think people like them.
battle royales for sure. I personally do like them.
Yeah, they're fun.
So that was all the stuff he says he knows will be there. So all the stuff we just listened
He
to
knows.
is going to be there. So
Recap. So Super Mario Party, Fire Emblem,
Donkey Kong,
and
Metroid.
Donkey Kong.
Yep. Those are all games he knows will be there.
And that is also not including anything related to Zelda other than Skyward Sword. And Zelda is much bigger than,
Yes.
basically, besides Mario, it's like their second biggest franchise.
Yes.
So, and it's the 35th anniversary. They went all out. Well, I mean, some people will say they didn't do well enough for Mario, but they have to do more for Zelda. And I just think with that stuff included, I think it's too much. I think it's way too good to be true to get all of this year. But
I mean, there's no data games after Skyward Sword in July, and there's a whole, it's 5 months to fill.
How many huge Nintendo games are getting released this year? That we like up to Skyward Sword. How many?
Exactly. You don't know any. I mean,
I'm just trying to think of like the span of time that's left after Skyward Sword, and then we know Pokemon. Diamond and Pearl remakes. I mean, so we're talking in between, July and November-ish, whenever Pokemon comes out.
they released games in December. I mean, Smash came out in December, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But I just think it's too much.
Yeah.
No way all this is coming out. But but this is another thing where I would love to be proven wrong because this is great.
And the other thing is, here's a question. He doesn't say in there that all of these are coming out this year. He's just saying.
Is that not the implication, or he's just
says
saying
they're getting
E3.
introduced at E3 this year?
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay, well that changes my perspective then. Maybe that's more likely. I thought this blog post was saying that he knows they're coming out this year.
No, it knows
knows
that
they're
they
there
will be
at
they will be
E3.
presented at
Gotcha.
E3.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that changes my perspective. Maybe they got to have a big show.
So this is stuff that he doesn't know. So he starts right off the bat with the Zelda 35th anniversary. So you got all these cool little picture of all the Zelda characters.
He knows about all this other stuff for sure, but not the stuff that is definitely like they're gonna do something for Zelda this year.
So he
doesn't know.
says there's a Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD bundle coming, but other than that, he doesn't know of anything else.
So that was another for sure thing that he knows.
He knows about, but he just kept it vague with the 35th anniversary. I've heard a lot of talk about Wind Waker Twilight Princess, and those games exist on the Wii U. And I don't like to say drag and drop. It's not that easy most of the time, but those games, I feel like they've had those ready.
It'd be pretty close.
I feel like they've had those ones waiting.
And I would really like that because I may have mentioned it before, but I played Twilight Princess probably 2 or 3 times, but never finished it.
Yep.
And then I've never played Wind Waker, so.
I think you'd like Wind Waker a lot.
I would also like them to get Ocarina of Time somehow on Switch because I own it, the remaster or whatever you want, DS, but I can't bring myself to go back to the DS and play it.
Yeah, you mentioned there's been talk of Ocarina and Majora bundle, but he's not heard anything of that. I think that's less likely. I think if we get Ocarina and Majora, that's going to come with some sort of NES or N64 online
Yeah, I'll take
service
that.
thing. Because if they release Ocarina and Majora, say they do it like they did with the Mario 3D All Stars collection, that's just like another year you have to push back the N64 coming to
Right.
which maybe they want to do that and maybe they don't. Who knows?
Wait, because there's more money. Well, I mean, people. I know there's money in subscriptions, but yeah, I guess there's probably more money to be had in releasing a game like on its own.
Yep.
You know. So,
Yep. And I think they get some bad press if they release them for
Yeah.
free and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
for buy them at the same time.
For sure.
Detective Pikachu. Remember that? There's a Detective Pikachu sequel that's been in limbo
Yeah.
for years.
Wait, I mean,
Like a
is it in
movie?
limbo? Is there anything official?
There's a video game sequel that was announced years ago. It has not been.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
I
never
thought
played
you were
the
talking
original.
about for the movie. Oh my god.
this happened. I think it was announced in one of the Pokemon. What do they call
Directs.
them? What the directs?
Pokemon
I forget what they're called.
Showcase, whatever, I don't
Yeah,
know.
they announced it like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and have not mentioned it at all since.
I don't
then.
remember that at all.
Oh, I
Exactly.
remember that now because there were a bunch of memes that came through of like, what if it's the same except for that Ryan Reynolds actually voices the Detective Pikachu
Yeah.
in the game and like
Yeah.
it says all this stuff.
And they
That-
weren't super clear either if it was just going to be like a Switch port or like a sequel. They said like Detective Pikachu's coming to the Switch, like they were like kind of vague about it. So yeah, doesn't know about that game. Who knows?
That's a Pokemon Snap DLC. Is they're just
There we go.
Detective Pikachu? You can.
So here it gets
Detective
into
Pikachu Snap.
what you call the big ones. Any guesses on what the big ones are?
Wait, so hold on. Where are we at this point in the blog post? I thought we were done with things that he. Or is this down?
This is so. This is the well. He made what he knows, what he doesn't know, and then like the bigger ones are a separate thing. So
Okay,
what do you
okay,
think the
okay.
big games are he's referencing?
Breath of the Wild 2 is probably gonna be in.
Yeah.
So we'll
The
just,
big ones. Is
just-
there Metroid Prime
no,
Trilogy in
let's
there?
just swing on down here to Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
According to him, if any Nintendo game were to have been delayed from the pandemic, it would have been this one. And
yeah.
I think it's reasonable to understand that it probably was delayed because they showed it at E3 2019.
Yeah.
And they haven't shown anything else.
They haven't explicitly said that it's been delayed, but they really haven't had
They also
to,
didn't
because
give
they
it a
haven't-
date. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they haven't given it a date, but obviously they've had multiple chances to tell us stuff, and when they announced Age of Calamity, they were like, "Hey, we don't have anything to tell you about that yet,
Yeah.
but here's this."
Yeah,
So,
that was definitely not a part of the original marketing plan. They were
Yeah,
never
no.
like, "Hey, we're going to announce it, and then later on we're going to say we have nothing to say about it."
Yeah,
That was not
yeah.
part of the plan.
We're just gonna keep stringing them along. Yeah, no, it's.
I don't think it's ever their intention, but
So-
yeah, people are getting a lot of grace now because of the pandemic, and that's fine. And this is when it needs to bake as long as it is going to, and then
Yeah. So what
It'll be great.
it says here is, from what I heard, the game is nearing completion, whatever that means. But a release by the end of the year just doesn't seem feasible. Needs a little bit more time. With last year in mind, it's entirely understandable. But
Yeah.
he does say he would not be surprised if there's a big showcase at E3 with a spring 2022 date on it. I think it's
think-
almost certain we'll see something on it at E3
yeah,
in some
we need-
capacity.
This is an easy prediction. This is, of course, I mean,
It's,
with the
yeah.
success of
Well, I
Breath of
guess
the Wild.
what he's saying is that he believes it's been delayed from what would have been this year to next year.
I think that's also very fair to say.
Yeah.
Yes. Based on when they first revealed it, yes.
Yep.
Perfectly reasonable.
Any guesses on another big one? What the next big one is?
Does he mention Metroid Prime Trilogy at all?
Does not. But he talks about a new Mario Kart. Mario
Okay,
Kart
I mean-
8 is the most successful game on the Switch with 35, 36 million sales. But he does the normal conversation like, why would they make a new game if it's selling so well, yada yada. And his point is, why would Nintendo not make a new Mario Kart?
Yeah, people will buy it.
It's like Call of Duty. They could make a Call of Duty every year. They could make a Mario Kart every year. People buy it every year.
Yeah. I mean, that would make some people mad, but yeah.
So he says here that he's heard multiple times that the team's on work on a new Mario Kart and have been for the last 3 years. And he has made sure to specify that this does not mean a Mario Kart Tour, live circuit, or Universal theme park ride. So.
Thank you for the clarification,
What's
sir.
the what's the one called where it's the actual race cars with the cameras in them?
Mario Kart.
Oh, that's Circuit.
I literally
That's
looked
the
down.
live
Yeah, live circuit. Yeah.
Yeah, Live Circuit. Okay.
So the implication he has here is that it is going to be acknowledged at E3. That there will be a Mario Kart game in some capacity acknowledged at E3. Any
I
thoughts on
just
that?
think this blog post is getting to the
That-
point where it's just like probably a healthy chunk of this is going to be accurate, like
Yeah.
because otherwise Nintendo. I mean, what else are they doing?
Right, because
What-
literally they could show a go-kart tire like skidding out and
Yeah.
then like going across the screen.
Yeah, that would be
And
like
would
the,
count.
the, the
That would-
teaser.
You would be right.
You would be right.
You know what I mean? Like,
That-
and it would be no date, nothing, just
Yeah.
like
And people would lose it.
Maybe a title, but maybe not. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Well, it'd
you'd
be Mario
right,
Kart 9.
so.
That's it.
It'd be easy. The logo would be like a 9. The wheel would be like the circle, and like the 9 would be like the
Yeah.
skid.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So,
and it would turn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
calling it now. Yeah, but that's
we
the
go.
reason I wanted to talk
Graphic
about.
design is my passion.
Yeah, that's the reason I wanted to talk about that. This blog post was because it wasn't completely insane. Sometimes you see predictions or leaks, and they're just all off the wall bonkers.
It's not insane, but it's also not surprising. It's literally just all these major first party games.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they're gonna talk about those, or yeah, they're coming. Of course they're
Yeah.
coming. Duh.
No, but I think the big one here was the Donkey Kong one, and then the 2D Metroid
Yeah.
that supposedly will be shown, and for like they have other people backing this up, and then the Mario Kart. I think.
How many 3D Donkey Kongs are there? Like, because there's Donkey Kong 64. Is that it? Is there any? Like,
I believe. I don't know what those Wii games are. The Donkey Bongo games. I don't know if they're like
That's not 3D.
2.5D.
The one with the
No,
jungle
that's-
beats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually 2D, and I have those bongos if we ever need to use them as a prop.
forever in a pinch.
For sure. I need those
Yeah.
bongos on stats.
It was 2D, and it would be things like you press one to go that way on the screen, you press the other one to go that way on the screen, you press them both at the same time to jump.
I think
and-
what all this is telling me is that Andrew needs to beat Dark Souls with the bongo drums.
There you
That's what
go.
I'm hearing.
People have done it with
Yeah.
bananas. I think you could do it with the
think-
bongos.
Do you need two? Did the guy do it with two of
I have no
those?
idea.
I can't remember. I think
He has a
somebody's
full
done it.
bongo set.
It's just like encircled around him.
Yeah.
All right, this one over here is my parry, and this one over here is move forward.
That would be pretty sweet. Parry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could I don't know what wiring is in between them, but you could like melt the plastic to make like a triangle of like or a cross of like the forward for like
Okay.
moving forward and backward and left and right.
Getting into the logic of this is
Yeah. It's derailing us.
no. I
Saying
mean,
in my head I already need 6, and that's just for movement and looking.
yeah. I mean, it would be quite the feat for sure. Cool. So that was the leaks, rumors from this guy, and like I said, he's what this guy said have been somewhat reasonable, and he has some credibility from past rumors
Yeah.
and stuff.
No, nothing blew me away there.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, if they showed all this stuff at E3, a Mario Kart, a Zelda, a Donkey Kong, Zelda collection, a Metroid, I think that would be a pretty wild
You know,
E3.
Mario Party, a sports game. I mean, that's pretty
Fire
much
Emblem.
hitting almost every single. thing on the
So,
list.
I don't know. I would maybe have to go look at some history with past Nintendo E3s. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, that does seem like a little much to include with the few games we know are coming out, several first-party things, and then whatever other fluff or like
Yep.
indie stuff or whatever that's going to be included at E3. So all of this stuff being included at E3 seems like a little bit much.
Yep.
And I don't think they've ever touched on like all of their major IPs before
Yep.
all at once, but.
And this thing didn't
see.
even mention Smash Bros. I think a Smash character is kind of a lock for E3.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
We just did a segment on it. Come on, what
we
is
just
this?
yeah, I know.
What
Doesn't
was
this
the
guy
point
watch
of
the
that?
podcast?
What's this guy thinking? Cool. So I'm going to switch on over here. This is just a kind of a quick random thing. Y'all have heard of the Apple and Epic court case that's been going on? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a funny email. I came to knowledge of this email from watching a different podcast, much larger than this one, the Easy Allies. But This guy read this. This guy read this email, and I just thought it was hilarious. This is a Epic Games executive emailing a Sony executive, and the funniest part about this whole Epic Games and Apple thing is there's connections here in emails that have nothing to do with Apple and Epic. There's Microsoft stuff, there's Nintendo stuff, there's Sony stuff. Everyone's random like emails are coming out. It's hilarious. So this one is between Epic and Sony.
I feel like this is all just a meme.
It is a meme. It's hilarious. It's so good. It's so good. So he this is what I would call a slimy Epic executive emailing a Sony guy. So I'm just going to read it straight up. I'll have y'all's thoughts or reactions on the things he says. We love working with PlayStation, and we want this to be a win-win. This is him speaking about the cross-play of Fortnite and PlayStation. The longer this drags out, it will be less so. I can't think of a scenario where Epic doesn't get what we want. That possibility went out the door when Fortnite became the biggest game on PlayStation. So just really flexing his muscles there, just really letting them know. And then he has a proposition. Here's what I propose. Number 1, we give you the data you're asking for, plus the marketing data ask. Number 2, Epic deeply integrates Sony's esports API into Unreal Engine 4 as an engine-level feature. We market and advertise it as a first-class citizen of the engine, maybe an E3 announcement, and we support it in Fortnite. 3, we announce crossplay in conjunction with Sony. Epic goes out of its way to make Sony look like the heroes. You get to pick when, where, and how. 4, Epic brands its E3 presence with PlayStation. We're planning a 100-player celebrity pro-am with huge after-party. Budgets I've seen for this thing are huge, and it'll be the biggest event at E3. Maybe we announce with all the celebrities on the stage. New partnerships? So this did happen, I'm pretty sure. There was a big Fortnite celebrity event. I forgot when it was, but this definitely happened. This is a few years old.
Was that when Ninja was trying to make everybody floss?
No, that was New Year's Eve, and that was a whole new thing. That was hilarious though. That was good.
You know, we talk about how Epic is really flexing their muscles, especially with the stuff he was saying at the beginning. But to me, it sounds like he's really trying to appeal to Sony's good side. Like he's really trying to get brown nose him. It's like, okay, big man muscles. So
we're gonna get what we want.
We'll get back to
first
that.
off. Here's 4 things we're gonna do for you.
So he is starting off real nice right here, but he'll end it with a little bit of a threat, I'll say. Okay. So 5, Epic's willing to explore more items. Maybe we commit to a game at the launch of your next VR platform. PS Plus. Maybe we do something extra special for a month. Offer a unique character or something highly valuable to drive PlayStation Plus adoption even more. And here's the one that I think is the threat. Number 7. Epic extends Sony's company-wide Unreal Engine 4 license. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but your license to use Unreal Engine 4 expires of May of 2019. That license has some of the best terms we've ever offered before for Unreal Engine 4. So basically saying, if you don't do it, your license is going to expire, and you're going to pay a lot more money for all of your games that use Unreal Engine 4. So I think that was a pretty big flex on his part.
Yeah.
And then he says, let's make this a huge win for all of us. Epic's not changing its mind on the issue, so let's just agree on it now.
Okay.
I thought that was such a slimy business interview. Email, sorry.
An email to a PlayStation exec or a Sony exec?
A Sony, or PlayStation Sony. I don't have the exact name for me.
Separate, but
they are separate. Okay. I'm sure it was. It might have been. What's his name? The CEO at the time.
Was it Jim Ryan or is?
I think it's just before Jim Ryan, the guy that.
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so it might have been to him, it might have been someone else, I don't know. But either way, this is Joe Kreiner, the business development guy from Unreal Engine Epic Games. I thought that was an interesting read, just how cocky he came off with that.
Bold.
Bold for sure.
It's the opposite of what a friend of mine would do. She had a way of, I guess, at a restaurant getting, what she wants or whatever by saying a nice thing and then a not nice thing that she wanted fixed and then another nice thing. It's the opposite of that, of a mean threat and just completely mean and then all these nice things and then another threat and
Well,
serious
he
implications
started
of
and
what that-
ended strong with the threats.
Yeah.
He was like, "You will
Yeah.
listen to me."
Yeah,
Um,
the biggest thing there, was the license stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
That was
Okay.
that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I do like the opening line. One of the opening lines. I can't think of a scenario where Epic doesn't get what we want. I thought that was very.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. Coming into talking to Sony or PlayStation like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bad world to think we live in. If he's right, I mean, like.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they got it done. And another thing that came out, it wasn't in this email, was that Epic is actually paying Sony, like
Right, I was gonna
actively
mention that.
for
Yeah, so
crossplay.
good job, guys. I
Yeah.
know that they make billions still.
Yeah.
Epic does, but I mean, you're still paying for it. Like, it's not. If that's the world where you're getting what you want, like, okay, well then, it
You got
benefits Sony more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Epic's been spending a lot of money doing. I forget the comparison, but it's a novel where like a rich guy spends all of his money just to like piss off the guy who doubted him in the past, and Epic's like spending all their money on like exclusives for under Epic Game
Yeah.
Store and like getting
Yeah.
Sony to crossplay. Now they're going to court with Apple.
Yeah.
They're just like
Yeah.
they got real confident when Fortnite made $5 bajillion, and now they're
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
going after everybody.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned it like this on the podcast before, but I've never played Fortnite, and I don't ever plan to. It's just not really my cup of tea. I don't have anything against it. I just
Biggest cinematic universe there is.
right. But for me, and this only reinforces this more. I mean, unpopular opinion, but I'm waiting for Fortnite to just kind of pew, and then just laugh.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
nothing
it's-
lasts forever.
It's
so.
not as big as it was, but it's still going strong. you
Yeah,
know?
I know. Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
Well, cool. That's all the topics I had for y'all. But we do have a game as always.
All right.
And I tried to better myself here. I was trying to think, how could I balance this game better? We've been playing this like guessing game, and I figured, you know what? Let's just let's stop beating around the bush. Let's just play actual 20 questions. So we're gonna play actual 20 questions. I'm gonna try to log the questions here in case y'all have need a refresher. And I'm also going to open up the wiki for this game so I can try to answer your questions quickly if I need to.
Okay. The depth of my video game knowledge, it falls off drastically, like, as you go, like, before 2000. And, like, so, like, yeah.
Cool. So,
Be nice to us in that sense.
So, Mr. Landy, as it's going to be, y'all are both going to ask questions. Y'all can collaborate together. 19 yes or no questions and a guess, or you can guess at any point. But whenever y'all are ready for your first question, I'm ready for it.
All right. So I'd probably approach this similarly to the inspiration where this comes from.
From
the way
GameScoop?
that they ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailing down time period and console generation and then genre, like kind of going in that order to kind of focus in. So what do you think, Andy? What do you want to ask first? Ask about when it was released, like time frame wise?
Well, it has to be yes or no. So yeah.
Yeah. You can always frame the question.
I think that's always a good bet, and then we can go off console with that. I was gonna try and start guessing consoles, but I think it's better to try and do time frame.
Yeah. Was this released after? I'm gonna ask it the same way. After January 1st, 2010.
January 1st, 2000 what? 2010? Yes.
Okay.
After. Okay.
So it could still be, PS3, Xbox 360, or
Yeah.
anything after that. So.
It made me feel a little bit better about our odds because I think we're in the same boat.
Yeah,
there.
I wasn't gonna pick
Yeah,
like a '90s arcade game for y'all.
I'm not. I don't have that kind of.
Do you want to try and guess a console at this point?
Yeah. I was gonna ask if it was an exclusive, and then we can maybe hone in.
I'm fine with that as a question. Was it an exclusive?
Was it exclusive? Yep,
Yeah.
It was an exclusive.
Okay.
I don't like that. That's a good answer to get on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've talked about it before. I think that PlayStation does way more exclusives. Do you want to try and guess PS4
Well, I want to.
console?
We can. Yeah. Let's nail the console down first. I have some questions. So, was this a? Well, I don't know. Do we want to go?
It could be a PlayStation exclusive, but not a PS4 exclusive.
We don't know 3, 4, or 5. So.
Right. So that's why I'm thinking
I think
question along the lines of, was this game only on the PS4?
yeah. Was it a PS4 exclusive? I think that is, or is it? Are you saying like by saying it only on the PS4? And what if like I don't know, there was some kind of iteration of it?
Right. Good point.
Okay, well I'll still ask because I think he would, because there are lots of games that have gotten like PS5 updates and such. But I think if we ask if it was a PS4 exclusive, like at launch, that is what that's a good way to ask.
Okay.
So was this a PS4
exclusive at launch? Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
this is not bad.
I like it. In fact, I like it so much.
Is that your final answer?
No.
I'd kind of like to know if it's part of a series. You want to ask that?
That's fine. I like
Is
that.
this part of a series?
No.
Okay. So it's its own. It's one thing, one game.
Yep. PS4 exclusive. Okay. I guess we could try and do a genre question.
Yeah, that's what I was
maybe?
gonna say too.
Would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the best way to kind of narrow some things down is.
Yeah.
With that. I was thinking maybe doing like a first person versus third person.
Yeah.
Thing.
I was gonna ask if it was open world.
First person game.
Yeah, you can ask that.
Okay, is this a first person game?
First person? No.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how many first person PS4 exclusives there are.
You could have something like obviously this is maybe not cool, but isn't Resident Evil only on PlayStation right now?
No. That's definitely not exclusive.
They probably had some marketing rights to it.
Yeah. Is this an open world game?
I would say so.
Okay. So it's presumably third person, open world, PS4 exclusive.
Okay.
It's the one game in the series. I'm thinking Ghost of Tsushima as one.
Could be good. And yeah, I mean,
that's not part
you
of the
have
series.
Neo. Neo's kind of in a series. So that's
Yeah, that's not open world either. That's level based.
Yeah, Bloodborne could kind of be in there, maybe. It's not really though. I think you jump around with the lantern and stuff. So
yeah, it's kind of open world, but it's also like it's linear in the sense that it closes off. It doesn't want you to get to yet, and you kind of have to go through a pretty straight path. But
I like Ghost of Tsushima as a guess.
we could try to narrow it down to that.
We could do something. Yeah, we could do something as something to narrow down with that. Like, does the main character only use a sword? Be a good question.
I mean, he uses lots of stuff.
Well,
could ask if it takes place in Japan and the surrounding islands.
Feudal Japan.
Yeah, feudal Japan and the surrounding islands.
I'm trying to think of one that would.
Like a different one.
Just being the same as just guessing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like a very specific question.
Right, because at this point it could still be Final Fantasy VII Remake, possibly.
Well, that's part of a series technically. It's not. The next game isn't out, but we know. I feel like he'd be fair in the sense that we know that another game's coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine. Just straight up guessing it as Ghost of Tsushima.
I want to narrow it down a little bit more.
Okay, fine.
Reminder: you're at 6 questions. So
yeah, we have a lot of questions left, so we could really I don't want to screw us over at this point.
Wait. If you guess, that's just another question, right?
Yeah.
You should have 19 questions and a guess.
But I don't want it to be knocked against us that we have a wrong guess. So.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you'll lose if you get a wrong guess.
Yeah. Oh, we lose?
Yeah, if you guess a game, that's your final answer.
That's what I was trying to ask. Yeah, is a guess a yes or no question, or is that literally only that one?
Yeah, if you guess, it's over.
Yeah.
So then, we're never mind.
Yeah.
I usually think of 20 questions, so that just counts as.
Yeah. So does this game take place in feudal Japan and the surrounding islands? Or the surrounding islands?
Yes.
Ah. All right, now we can ask many questions, or not many, but like something very specific.
Yeah, what's the main character's name in Ghost of Tsushima?
Jin. His name is
The main
Jin.
character's name Jin.
It is.
All right, is this Ghost of Tsushima?
It sure is.
Oh,
But
look at
We
that.
did way better on this one.
you have
than the other
not
one.
won yet, because I do have a hard mode version.
Oh, here
That
we
was
go.
your intro to the game that I knew y'all would get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we've got our a little bit harder version. Same rules apply. It's not like actually, you know what? Maybe this is a little bit maybe this was a little bit too difficult for y'all. I'm gonna make a cut right here. I had a game picked up and I realized that y'all might not know what this game is. So let me quickly switch this up. It's gonna be the same, a similar kind of thing. But I'm gonna switch it up.
So are we in the middle of a cut right now?
Yeah, you're gonna cut right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Just a reminder that we are sponsored by Rubik's Cubes. I don't know what brand this is, but we're sponsored by just normal Rubik.
What is it for
I was thinking of games when I get this next one. I was like, a game I would know, and I just like didn't even consider if y'all would know it or not. Y'all might. I just didn't even think about
So
it.
are you taking it off the table now?
The strange other random game that I had with the
Supposed to be hard mode.
Yes.
we'll do it, but like no, but it'd been like you
If
wouldn't
it's
have
Ty
gotten
the
it.
Tasmanian Tiger, I'm gonna be upset with you because I
No.
totally know that game.
No.
And you know I know that game.
I mean,
So if you're gonna choose a different thing, can you tell? Like, I'm curious. Like, unless you want to keep it for later.
well, let me figure out another game first, because if I use something close to it, I don't want it to inspire you to get the current one I have.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I think I have another. Let's see here. No, well, I think y'all could get this one.
Your vote of confidence is.
Oh,
Yeah, I
gosh.
think you can get this
Dang.
one. I think you can get this one.
Okay.
And if not, it's not the end of the world.
No, yeah, it's fine.
So, and it's hard mode. You're supposed to lose. So,
I'm gonna have a notepad here, jotting down things, but just to make sure I remember.
what if y'all just saw it? My
I wasn't
screenshot.
looking.
If I screenshot something,
was-
just out of
I wasn't
curiosity.
looking.
If I screenshot something, and do you see it in the bottom right of your screen?
No, I see go live in the bottom right.
Okay, so it doesn't. It's like above my screen.
A pop up, yeah.
Okay, making sure y'all didn't see that. All right, yeah. So this one, a little bit harder, but we'll see what you can do with it. So I'm just gonna just kind of start in again as if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh God. I wrote cut here in all
replay.
cut here in all caps. All right. So we'll start again. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so like I said, that was y'all's easier game. And here's the hard mode game. You might have to think a little bit harder for this one. I wasn't 100% sure if y'all would even be able to reasonably come to it. Nothing against y'all. Just I was thinking in my own mind, but we'll see how y'all go. See how y'all go. And if y'all get close and it's towards the end, it might throw y'all a bone or something.
Okay.
But let the questioning begin.
Wow. Well, Andy, I'm good to kind of ask the same start
Yeah, that
questions.
start question was pretty good.
So, I'll ask, I guess, yeah, because I think after 2010 is probably. But so was this game released after January 1st, 2010?
After 2010, no.
So before 2010.
Good start. Good start. You
Um,
want to do another time frame question? to
yeah,
try and-
I'd say ask if it's after 2000, and then give us that decade, and then we can narrow it from there. Because if it's before
Sure.
2000, it's before 2000, it's gonna get rough. Okay, was this released after January?
After January 1st, 2000?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I don't even know. So this kind of gets to where I was thinking we should look at when the consoles,
Yeah.
certain consoles came out, or when they were out. To
I
try
have a
and-
general idea.
Okay.
Um,
I can't remember that part. I slept time since then.
so I kind of want to ask if this came out on a Nintendo console.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Did it, Zach?
It
On
came
a
out on a
Nintendo
Nintendo console, yes.
So
Nice. I like that.
doesn't make it an exclusive, but it is on a Nintendo console.
Now, the part that makes this dangerous, though, is Nintendo has handheld and full
We can ask.
consoles.
We can ask if it's a handheld.
Sure. Fine with
Is
that.
this?
Well, wait. Time
okay.
out. A lot
Okay.
were. Some of them were probably mixed in that time frame too. So
Maybe
we need.
some. Oh.
So we need to. We need to phrase this in such a way that we filter out, like we make
Yeah.
sure it's on one versus the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, you're saying ask only came out on my handheld, and then
Right.
if the answer is yes, then it eliminates the other, or vice versa. So.
Right.
But also, we should probably figure out if it's, like, to a company. And well, because if we ask if it's, it still doesn't answer if it's, well, we know it's Nintendo. So if it's a console exclusive, it's a Nintendo console. I'm just going through all the iterations of it.
Yeah. There's lots of ways to phrase it that could work.
Okay, so we might as well just start.
And to clarify, you did ask Nintendo console, yeah?
I asked if it was a Nintendo console, but I didn't
Yeah.
say. I
Okay.
guess I didn't specify home console and handheld
Yeah.
consoles. So was this exclusive to a Nintendo console?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we still don't know.
Is that?
We don't know if it
Wait,
was
I'm
on a
confused how that was
handheld.
different than the. I was confused how that's different than.
He asked if it was
question
on a
Because
Nintendo
I asked
console.
if it came out. I didn't ask if it was exclusive to a console.
Oh.
I just asked if it came out. There are games that
Call
came
of
out.
Duty was on the Wii at one
Exactly. So I mean, there's probably other games like that. So
Okay.
we know this is a Nintendo console. We don't know if it's handheld or home console.
point. Okay. Or
And
both.
so Zach, when you hear console, you don't take that like home, right? The
Platform.
question's still open.
Like a platform.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. Did this come out on a Nintendo handheld?
It did. It did come out on a handheld.
Okay. So it's a handheld console exclusive.
Okay. I still think it could be like on the Wii U and the 3D at the
You
same
think
time.
so?
Like based on the question we've asked, I think he has a loophole enough to say.
Yeah.
But I like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
It is at least on handheld and in general.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, either handheld or both.
Okay. And we got to keep in mind that just based on what he told us, it's maybe kind of a vague or game that we may not have heard of or something.
This
May not
is
think of.
hard mode. This is New Game Plus.
It's hard mode.
Yeah.
New Game
Yeah,
Plus.
so I'm thinking the boths are gonna be like Smash Bros and stuff like that. So there's probably not gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
Just as something in the back of our mind.
Hmm.
Like
So
Shovel Knight could have been on the 3DS and the Wii U. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Obviously, we would.
Didn't
know
you
about
play
that.
Shovel Knight on the 2DS? Is that where you
Well,
play Shovel Knight?
That's where I played it. Yeah.
Oh,
Keep in
gosh.
mind though, Wii U was what, like 2013, I think. So we're talking
Okay.
pre 2010.
I'm glad you know that information.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
That's what I was saying. I don't have any idea
Yeah.
about that stuff. So.
No worries.
Okay.
So, but if it's handheld, and I know what the loophole with like, okay, it could be on a console, but I mean the options are slim.
It's getting a little bit
we're
less
talking
likely than what.
Yeah, we're talking like Game Boy and DS, like as far as handhelds go.
Yeah.
So, and then like Wii and GameCube, and then maybe N64 like early, but like I don't think there's any cross between N64.
I think we need to
and
start
Game
narrowing
Boy.
down what type of game it is because there have been a lot on
Yeah.
handheld.
Okay.
I would be fine with a first party question, maybe. No, I don't know because there's been like
I mean-
Dragon Quest games and stuff like that are still like on
Yeah.
the DS and stuff.
Well, you can
Uh,
ask type of game then.
That's
like,
what I think we need to do.
Is this? You want like maybe like a strategy game or something? I know that Daily Beaton likes those.
Zach's a good fan of strategy games. That
Yeah.
could be a good question.
Is this a strategy game?
Well, there's strategy in all games. I would not say
Oh,
this. I would
come
not say
on.
this. I would not say this is a strategy game.
Okay.
Maybe
So
more of a strategy game than you know, others, but not a strategy game. No.
Okay.
I think that puts out like an obscure Fire Emblem thing. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes. Because if
Yeah,
he
Fire
doesn't
Emblem's
say
a
definitively,
strategy game.
yeah, if he
Right?
doesn't say definitively like yes, this is a strategy game, then I think it's pretty clear it's not that stuff.
All games
Okay.
have strategy. You got to think about which
Some
corners
games
you're gonna.
don't.
I mean, name one
He
game
didn't
with
ask,
no
does this
strategy.
game have strategy in it? He asked, is this a strategy game, Zach? They're trying to weasel out of
The one game I played with no strategy was Godfall, and I just come on, end please.
Yes. Oh, it's
Put
rough.
me out of my misery.
So I'm gonna amend my statement. I'm gonna say you wouldn't associate this with strategy at all.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Is
Thank
this
you for amending.
Yeah.
is this game like heavy in like platforming elements?
Um,
Like,
he-
is that
I would say heavy no.
okay. Okay. So it's not like like your Mario's or it's the only thing that comes to mind
Yeah,
right now.
you would almost presume that those are,
It's the whole game.
that those are popular ones that you think we would know.
Oh right, yeah, but at least eliminating so it's not a primarily formy game. I guess
I'm still thinking like certain things in the games can be platforming. I'll put an example. Like you could have a moment like Pokemon Emerald, where you're in Sky Pillar, you're
yeah.
biking across. And that's
Or
kind of platformy, but like that's not a feature of the whole game. You know what I
But
mean?
that's also not a game that we would be able to easily come to. So
Right,
Man,
that's just
a
my
strategy
example
game.
of how a game could have a mixture of platform elements and
Yeah.
still kind of
Yeah.
elude that question.
yeah.
But I still think that's good. What's the best, I guess, the most concise way to kind of say a game that is third person, but I guess it's like tabletop third person, or how would you put it to where it's kind of like a Zelda or
Top down?
top down? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can ask that. Is this a top down game? Like from a top down view? Is it playing in that perspective?
Is it played top down? It can be at times.
That's very interesting.
That's very interesting. I was thinking before we asked like the strategy question, or kind of while I was trying to like eliminate possibilities, I was thinking like the Mario RPG, like definitely strategy.
Yeah. Well, and when we say strategy, I guess, do you think that eliminates turn-based? Because, Fire Emblem is obviously. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it
Okay,
takes
okay.
turn-based out.
Okay. There's a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I haven't played this game, but I know this game. And as a game that could like switch between top down and not, first thing that came to mind was Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's
Well, we can ask a question to eliminate it, because I wouldn't have thought of that immediately.
yeah. Okay.
I don't
So
know
I'm
when
trying
that
to
game
figure
came
out
out.
if the I don't really know how that game even works, so I don't even know if the
Yeah.
strategy one already eliminates that one.
Yeah, well, I think, again, when we asked the strategy question, it's like, and he said no, he's saying no to like overtly like strategy games, like turn-based, and your Fire Emblem, like moving your
See,
your
look, this
squad
says
around.
its role-playing style emphasizes a
Whoa, this
turn-based
man's
battle
on
system
Google.
focused on timing, accuracy. Well, look, okay, I mean, come on.
This man's pulling out the hacks.
Cheating. Okay, we got to start asking
Come
more
on,
stuff.
man.
So, what is that, like, was that 7 questions?
8 questions.
8 questions, okay.
So,
Okay. Okay, was this game, like, well received? Is it popular?
I would say
These are 2 different questions, but you know what I mean.
I would say yes. But let me check the old Metacritic score just to be for certain. I'm gonna say yes is my guess.
Okay.
okay. So, well received, so it's not out of the question that we would know it.
I think we
Oh yeah,
still
it was well received. It was well received.
I think we need to narrow down what handheld this was on.
Okay.
I think I need to know between DS. So did this game come out on Game Boy Advance?
Game Boy Advance, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. Okay. I like that answer. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So at times top down, is there?
I'm betting this is something I'm not gonna even know. Like.
Yeah. It's interesting. So, I'm wondering if, because that concept has been around for a while. Like I don't know, I'm thinking mostly of like remasters of stuff that have it. Like Link's Awakening has that, where you have top down for almost all of the game, and then all of a sudden you.
Yeah, but if he would have answered, like, it's got to be the reverse of that, because he said there are times where you top down. It wasn't like, if it was most of the game spent being top down, he would have been like, oh yes. Like,
I'm wondering if it's like a map thing. So that when you're like moving your character around on the map, it's top down.
Yeah.
But then like you'll enter an area and walk around side scroll after that.
I have an idea. Does this game feature characters from the Mario family? Like Mario, Luigi. Yeah, like all the main Mario people, like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad. Does it feature characters from the?
I'll say yes. I'll say yes.
Okay. I think that would include like Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah.
I don't know. That my knowledge is going down though.
Yeah. Well, now I have to think Game Boy.
I don't like how you answered that though.
Yeah.
Because
so it's making me think of a Donkey Kong game the way he answered that.
Maybe because I mean Donkey Kong is kind of there, but I mean obviously there are Mario holds his roots in Donkey Kong. So
what did
they're all college buddies.
College buddy flags.
What did the first Luigi's Mansion game come out on the Game Boy?
Not on GBA, no.
Oh, okay.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Okay. Do you? How many questions is that? Like 10?
That was 11 questions.
12. We can if you think Donkey Kong maybe. Is there anyone from? if you think that he thinks that Donkey Kong is part of the Mario, like if that's considered the Mario family.
When you say family, are you saying like my family, like
not like literally
like
related,
like the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yes, that's
Okay.
how I was asking it. Yes.
Then yes, yes.
The Mushroom Kingdom. Yes.
Okay, the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay.
Okay, so that's not Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong's not in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's in the Banana.
Yeah. You think? I like the thought of it being like a. I don't know. There's been a bunch of Mario and Luigi. No, he would have said that obviously. I'm thinking like the inside story type deal. Like, hadn't there been several games in that line?
Yeah, but that still goes back to the strategy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Takes those out.
And it can only. It's
what
like
about? Hang on.
Down.
What about like a Yoshi's Island, like a baby Mario, like
yeah.
and like that side scroll on the Game Boy.
Did we ask if it was side scrolling?
No, but then top down for most. We're saying that we think that most of the game is not top down, but then part of the game is top down. That's based on how it answers.
Yeah.
And so you navigate around the map top down.
Right.
Right. Yoshi's Island, right? Like that's the right name.
I don't know if that's on GBA, but maybe.
I'll pull out the cartridge if I have to. I think it is.
Well, I mean, isn't that technically Super Mario World 2? Like,
Don't ever call it that.
But that's technically what it is what I'm saying. So I think
the game you're referring to is called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, yes, but I don't like that it's Super Mario World 2.
Okay.
No. That's not what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of where he has Baby Mario on his back.
That's Yoshi's Island. Yes, that's the same game.
It's called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Disgusting.
And that's
disgusting.
a Super Nintendo game. So, and that's before 2000. So.
Oh, okay.
There may be some weird port of it that I don't know of.
Yeah.
Yay. But.
I mean, Okay.
I mean, how did you play Link to the Past for the first time?
I played it on Game Boy Advance.
I played it on
so
Game Boy Advance.
good
That's
point.
true. But it's just I'm not aware of the port of that because I'm not. I mean, yeah. This is the top-down thing is throwing me off. I can't think of. It has to be. I think that it's probably the right approach. Thinking it's the map that is the top-down part.
Well, we could ask something. Since we know part of the game is top down, could we ask something like, is most of the game played as a side scroll?
Yeah, go. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll ask that. Is the game primarily played like 2D side scrolling?
Primarily 2 side scroll? No.
Primarily, no. Oh man.
So
No.
maybe not quite that. So okay, I mean, that still gives us information, right?
It does.
That
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
know
Of,
there's top down in it.
yeah, and top down doesn't sound like. Obviously, it's not a like viewpoint because he would have answered the question like, yes, it's top down. So and it's not side scrolling. So I'm like, what other?
You asked if it's
Oh,
primarily side scrolling.
I did ask if it was primarily side
So
scrolling.
there's probably parts of it that are, just like we know there's parts of it that
Okay.
are top down.
Okay, well then I feel like he just gave us a little hint then because now we know it probably has top down in it and it has some weird side scroll in it. What is the primary like way to do it? Is what I'm trying to
Both
nail
of those
down.
questions. See, if we could go back in time and ask the top down one,
Yeah.
maybe the way that he would answer it would change because we had it backwards before, but maybe now that we have that the top down is maybe the primary way.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's some weird like WarioWare game or something. Like I don't know much about.
First WarioWare was on the DS, I believe.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, because you had like all the stuff they had to do to touch. To,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
take stuff off.
Well, and then there's some like I'm just trying to think of a game that meshes together a bunch of styles, like or has like, lots going on in that respect, But I know WarioWare has like a bunch of mini games. Just probably the possibility of it switching perspectives a lot. So I'm trying to think of something else that falls in that.
So what's that? Yeah.
This is tough because
characters from the Mario family. That's the other thing I keep forgetting about. I keep thinking of all these Zelda games.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
and again, the way that he answered it, Mario, Luigi, or Peach, like it's not someone obvious, but it's someone in the Mushroom Kingdom. But
It's not the way I answered it, it's the way you asked it.
Oh, yeah, I asked someone in the Mario family. If it was someone like Mario, you would have been like, yes. Like, of course,
Okay,
yes.
fair enough.
That's an easy question to answer. So it's got to be a little bit more of an obscure character, or someone. I mean, maybe it's a Toad, but I don't know. Is there a Toad game?
The reason I answered it the first time is you asked the Mario family, and I was thinking about it.
And it could be, yeah. So you were.
If you'd have
wondering
asked Mushroom Kingdom from the start, I would have said yes.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like without any question, I would have said yes.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad because I know it's not Mario and Luigi. I know it's. It would have been an easy.
Well, Mario and
answer.
Luigi are still part of the Mario family.
Yes, but I'm saying if I had asked. I asked that question and it was like a something like that, you would have easily been like, yeah. So, like. So that's why I think it's something a little bit more obscure, but I don't know what. My knowledge kind of tapers off.
I mean, I still think it could be like a Yoshi game.
Yeah. Do you want to try and like see if we can't narrow down like the main like playable character?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is Yoshi the main playable character in the game?
No.
Okay. Right, what are we at? Like 14, 15?
You asked this is your 14th question.
What we're on right now?
Yes, your current question is number 14.
Okay. I'm glad the viewers are sticking around.
They love this.
Right?
They love this.
Yeah.
Like I said, the games are for us. Not everyone's making it 2 hours in. The
Whoever's
games are
made
for
it
us.
this far, yeah.
The game's y'all's reward.
Yeah.
Woo! Feels like a reward to me right now. Okay.
I really wish I knew the genre of game because I feel like I just don't like it. I feel like I don't know anything about this game except for it has some like that's I don't know. Was
Yeah.
there some
What other obscure Mario characters do you think of for the main character of this game?
I'm thinking either like Toad for some reason.
Toad for the Final
Toad.
Smash character.
Yeah. Or like Bowser or Bowser Jr. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know what exists out there for that, but that's all I can think of.
I mean, if Bowser and Bowser Jr. were the main playable character on a Game Boy Advance game,
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, they did a port of the original Mario game, but you're just Bowser standing at the end of the castle waiting.
He's just waiting. Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, it could be something with. No, I mean the way that Zach kind of the look on his face when I said that I didn't think Donkey Kong was in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I want to ask like a cheat question. Like, I want to know if this is just some like game that Zach just randomly thought of. He like knows this game and has played it or owned it. Like, I want to know if it's something I've talked to him, about before. So
The concise way to.
That's
ask
a lot of
that.
questions in there.
yeah,
Right.
I'm not asking you yet. I'm talking to my team
We're collaborating.
Yeah.
Collaborating.
as we do. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm curious if Zach has played it before, but it doesn't really give me anything. Man, I'm so thrown off by the perspective and like the character. Like, it's the two huge things I can't nail down.
I've done well
then.
then.
So weird about it. Well, again, my video game knowledge is not like as deep as other people. So it's like I when you go farther and farther back in time, I struggle. Because I've played video games for a long time, but I kind of had my.
I'm gonna be upset when I
specific
played
things.
this game and I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of questions still. I would.
We have like 6, but
So you've asked this many. So you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 questions
Oh my gosh,
left.
is this guy counting like a maniac? What is that? You've asked
we
this
have
many.
we have 6 questions and a guess.
So
Right?
you have
6 questions and a guess.
6 questions and a guess.
Okay.
I'm just like looking around, like what, trying to get inspiration.
Will he be on my wall?
Yeah, I don't know though. Mushroom Kingdom character. It can't be Mario and Luigi because it's that.
And it's not Yoshi. We know.
I wonder if it's Wario. I wonder if there's some. I feel like I've heard about some Wario game on Game Boy. I think I know about it.
That would be news to me, but maybe.
Does this game heavily feature?
Wait.
Okay. I'll answer that.
What's that Wario Land?
Wario Land, yeah.
So
That's what I was
maybe
thinking.
technically could happen, but I think that's on the NES Classic games or something.
Okay, so do you not think Wario is a good candidate for this?
As the main character of the game, probably
Yeah.
not. No.
Then who?
I
Who?
don't know. I really don't. I'm stuck. I'm stuck for sure.
I'm lost. I mean, if we're stuck in
So I would
stuff.
say let's go back to your question, right? I'm straight up saying, hey Zach, have you and Brendan talked about this game? I think that's a pretty good question.
Zach, have I talked to you about this game ever that you can remember?
Very, very unlikely.
Okay, so probably not. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's helpful for sure. At least somewhat.
Kind of.
It would be more helpful maybe if you said yes, but
Yeah.
no, I think that's helpful.
But it just makes it that much less likely that I actually know.
So the other thing that to keep in mind, we need to use all the questions that we have. So
Yeah.
it was a popular. I mean, it was a well-received game.
Well received.
I can go back
thing.
through the questions if you want.
I have most of them down, but yeah, sure.
So this is a Nintendo handheld exclusive between 2000 and 2010 on the Game Boy Advance. And this game is well received. It is at times top down, at times side scroller, and it exists in the Mario universe.
Okay. Well, Mushroom
And
Kingdom.
Yoshi is not the main playable character. Oh, yeah, sorry, Mushroom Kingdom.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah. And Yoshi is not
It's
the main
Super
playable
Mario
character.
Odyssey. um, this
We still, I feel like it's a bad thing to start at this point, but I think we still need to kind of figure out
the
what
genre.
type. Yeah, what type.
Yeah,
of
I've been trying to because it's like the perspective of it would have helped, but it's like it's not all the way top down. It's not all the way side scroll.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
I don't know what game fits into all of those categories. Like it.
So what's a good question to ask for genre? I mean, just go straight into it. Like, is this an RPG? Like, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know how to start that question.
Well, and it's not even platforming isn't even the main part of it.
Platforming's not.
Oh yeah, y'all did ask
strategy
that.
game.
Platforming is not. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a
it's
strategy
not like
game.
heavily
So
featured.
we've got lots of pieces of it.
Well, but we don't know what it is still.
Right.
I mean, is this a? I was gonna say it's a party game, but how many of those would be on the GBA?
Game Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know if you could link cable Mario Kart, like way back in the day.
I was
think
thinking
you
Mario
might
Kart. I don't know if there's some weird Mario Kart that's on GBA exclusively.
Which
but-
would technically. I mean, there is Mario Kart Game Boy.
Is there?
But yes, yeah.
Oh,
I have it.
Which Game Boy? Is it Game Boy Advance?
It's just. Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I think it might be, but yeah, I think it is Game Boy Advance.
We can ask if it's a racing game. I mean, why not?
Sure.
I don't know when
Why
that
not?
would be side scrolling though.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
the
see
thing.
just because of like the limitations of the perspective on the Game Boy, where it could maybe be top down, but not side.
But that
scrolling.
game, I don't think it's that game. I think
Yeah.
it's Game Boy Mario Kart. I don't have any helpful.
I mean, I'm just gonna.
We could try something like this.
Like-
Do you play as one character for the whole game? Might be a
That's
good way to do it.
okay.
Because we asked if Yoshi was the main playable character.
That's a good question. Do you play as one character for the entire game?
One character is the entire game? No.
Okay.
That kind of helps, I think.
It does. Not in the way I want it to, but
It helps
Again,
in the less useful way.
it further limits my knowledge. Games that, in this, with all these limitations that that I would know of.
But so straight like mainline Mario games are out because that would be like platforming games. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, absolutely, yes.
And that's like what came to mind is that weird, and it might not be Game Boy Advance, exclusive, but what came to mind is that weird Mario that Zach always talks about that was like meant to be a different game, where you like kill Birdo.
Oh
Every-
yeah, that's
Every game, and you can play as Toad and Peach and
yes. I know the game. It's what is that? Super Mario Bros. 2 or something weird? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
um,
But that's
Also,
just
would have been a definitive yes for the Mario family.
yeah, probably yeah.
Regardless of what we think that means, that would have been a definitive. Is there any party games? Do you think? I can ask it if we don't know, just because maybe there's something obscure that
You
I
can
don't
say,
know
"Is this a
about.
party game?" I got no problem burning
Yeah.
questions.
Is this a part? I don't mean is this a Super Mario party style game?
Yes.
There you go.
I wonder
Good
if
job.
there was any Mario Party or Mario Parties on Game Boy. And if there is, I don't know what their number would
But
be.
it's
or
a
the
party
title.
game, but it's not a strategy game, and I feel like Mario Party is
Okay.
kind of strategic in a way, right? I mean, you make choices,
Yeah, no, I
but
mean,
that
that's
kind of does
fair,
bring
but-
up that
Yeah.
if it is a Mario Party game, that brings up the top-down and side-scrolling at times.
Yes.
All these
And I
weird
don't
mini
think
games.
that because obviously Zach was like, like every game involves. So I think that's where Mario Party would. That's not like a
Yeah.
strategy.
Okay,
So,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
So just to eliminate it, I think we should ask: is this a party game? Like in that, that doesn't. It's not a guess. That's because I don't know what may exist. I think we could ask that. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Is
mean,
this a
or
is this a
is
Mario
this in
Party
the
game?
Mario Party series?
Yeah, is
I
this in the
guess
Mario
maybe is
Party?
a good way to put it without guessing the game, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, but it's a
So
party game. It's a party
it's
game.
it's a
I
party
have
game.
no idea what exists for that.
I mean,
I couldn't even tell you.
so I threw the Mario Kart out there, but um,
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna go tell Kelly goodbye, but I'll make a cut. Y'all can keep
Okay.
deliberating. Yeah.
Okay.
so
Um,
like I'm seriously gonna be so disappointed if I have this game.
I did
Um,
not own many Game Boy games.
I have a huge bag of them.
Yeah.
So
Back in the day, Nintendo was
but I don't
not
know if
my,
it could be side scrolling and top down times.
a
He
party
gave that
game.
away, by the way. I don't know if
What?
we had never fully figured out if it actually had side scrolling in it. We just asked if it was primarily side scrolling, and he said no. But then later on, when he was recapping the questions, he said it is top down and side scrolling. So he gave us one.
Yeah, but I kind of knew that
Yeah,
because of how. Yeah.
that was the case for the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, because when he answered it, because he's like, it's not primarily to side scrolling. Yeah. He did kind of hint at that there was it did have those elements. So,
So,
I have no idea what party games for the GBA outside of the Mario Party series. I don't even know if there's any of those on the console.
I mean, we could ask. We could try and narrow some stuff down by asking if you had to use a link cable to play this game.
To play
I
to play it party style.
Right. Like I don't know the right way to phrase it,
Yeah.
but or we could just say, could this game be played with a link
Did he?
cable?
Yeah. Did he even have that function? Could this
Um,
game be played with a link cable feature?
Let me
So there's
check it
cables
real
and
quick.
Researching the fact that he didn't know off the top of his head is
Means that even if it can, that's probably not the way that people played it most of the time. So again, I have no idea what falls in that.
right.
Huh.
Becoming such a weird because it's a party game, handheld.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it doesn't look like you play with a link cable.
But then what counts as a party game? This is hard.
I do my turn and I hand it to you, and then
Yeah.
I mean, there's been games like what was that game for the DS that had like Luigi doing like the poker, like the 5-card draw, and like stuff like that. I would
Oh my
consider
gosh,
that's
yeah.
still like a party game. You know what I mean?
I do remember that. What is that?
And like WarioWare, I would still think of like WarioWare as a party game too.
Well, and I don't
though
know.
even though it's solo, it's little mini games like that over and over again.
Yeah.
and
So,
like,
but
trying to beat like the high score and stuff.
Zach, did we ask if it featured Wario?
You
No.
never asked. No, you deliberated, but you never asked.
Okay. Do you want to ask, Andrew?
Keep in
Sure, I
mind,
don't
you
know
have
what
keep
that-
keep in
that
mind,
means.
keep in mind, you have one question and one guess left.
Okay. Well, I mean, I basically had a. I need to know if it features Wario because I don't. It doesn't. It's not Yoshi.
I need to know this, man.
Yeah, I really am
Well,
stuck on this. So, like, I really want to know if it features Wario. So, does this game feature Wario?
Yes.
Nice. But I have no idea what it is at this point.
Now, I assume he wouldn't think like a sports game, party game, right? Because I feel like if you can't play this with friends, it's got to be really like mini game heavy or like that. Like, it can't just be like a Mario sports game. If I wouldn't count that as a party game, I count that as a sports game. Like, if you can't play, if it's not easy, it has to be like very obvious in the gameplay that it is party, you know. But
Yeah.
I have no idea what falls into that category. I mean, Zach, we're tense. We're stuck.
Yeah,
I don't know how close we are.
I
I
mean,
really don't know.
that last answer, Zach, in your opinion, should have given it away, right? If we knew what it was.
If it be the Wario feature?
I feel like that was definitely a big jump, for sure.
I mean,
So
Zach, in your opinion, do you think you already gave us your opinion? You're not sure if we would really. Yes.
If you what know about this, you said.
If we would, yeah, if we would like have any idea what this game is.
I think y'all probably would.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are we gonna be when we hear it?
I have some words.
You have some words.
Yeah. I've been taking notes as well.
So we only have a guess left, but the thing is, I don't. The only thing that comes to mind in my very limited knowledge for the GBA is like Wario Land or something. But I feel like that's. No, we didn't ask if
me, I
Wario was.
can't come up with anything. I can't even think of a single
No.
GBA game that features
Yeah.
Wario.
It's
There's
the only thing I
so
know
many
is
games
Wario
like
Land, and I don't know if that's. I'm remembering that title. I never played it or anything, but.
Is that
you know,
different than what's on the NES Classic games in the Switch?
I don't know what's on there, so maybe.
There's one like little mini game where I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like Dr. Mario, but not really.
Yeah.
You're trying to like, it's kind of like Bejeweled, I think. I don't know.
Oh.
Trying to like,
I think that's
like
Yoshi.
match stuff up, and you can move stuff around.
Oh my gosh. Is there a Dr. Mario game?
For the GBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if he would have been yes to feature Wario. I mean, maybe.
Does it maybe?
Also, I would say that involves strategy. I would say.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, but I wouldn't have considered that a strategy game. I think
this.
Turn-based and.
Listen with this. So the big hints, it's a Game Boy Advance Wario game.
I don't know. It's a
game,
Wario
game that Wario's
but...
in. Sorry, game that Wario's in. Yoshi's not in it.
I asked if Yoshi was the
main character. Maybe I'm
play
giving
multiple characters.
It's a party game.
It's not in the Mario Party series, though.
Not in the Mario Party series.
I mean, I hopefully it's not like extremely obvious. I hope I've never heard of it. Like, because I'm just
Wario
stuck.
Party 2.
I mean, I think Wario's in Mario Kart GBA. Actually, I'm pretty positive he is. I'm picturing like the little him when you pick his face. I don't think that.
I have no idea what the game even looks like or plays like.
You're like behind, like you're driving and you're like behind them, and you turn. And
but like
turtle shell with the spikes. And,
how does that address the side scrolling and the top down?
Maybe with the map. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
That part I can't really.
I don't know. I think for the sake of time, either we guess that or he just tells us like what it is because I have nothing.
Final guess.
Yeah. Is it? I mean, either Mark or like whatever that. I would just throw a name out for that weird thing. But,
Mario Land.
Yeah, I don't know. We can go.
That's
with
two
either.
guesses. I think he's gonna make narrow it down.
I know. Oh no, for sure. No, that's why I just don't know what.
This game. So a question you could have gone with is this part of a series that would have helped y'all.
Yeah, we did the Mario Party series, but not part of a series.
This is a 2003 Nintendo first-party developed game.
Okay.
It is.
Andrew, I'm fine with him just giving it to us.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It is WarioWare for the Game Boy.
I can't believe it, dude.
So
I didn't know there was one for the Game Boy.
My notes
I
are.
asked if there was a WarioWare.
My notes.
Yeah,
Brendan.
I didn't know.
Brendan literally asked, "Is this a WarioWare game?" And then Andrew said, "No, that didn't come out to the DS." And then when that happened, y'all were done. I knew it because y'all just took it off. And then later,
like I said, I had no idea. So.
Later on, Wario came up multiple times, and y'all were like, "No." And then y'all had the, "Is this a party game?"
I held you back.
No,
that's okay. It's okay.
I held you back.
So it was WarioWare for the Game Boy Advance.
How did that even work?
I forgot to tell you the multiplayer. You asked about link cables. There was, from what I can tell on this Wikipedia page, there's no link cables. One person would hold the L, one would hold the R, and you'd like press the L.
What a nightmare.
I have played this game. If you would ask that, I have played it. I don't remember talking about it.
No.
And something interesting, I guess. I would think. I think this would be an interesting Switch game. I think it could do something fun with Switch.
Oh yeah,
WarioWare game.
I'd be surprised if they don't release some kind of WarioWare at some point on Switch. I think it's kind of goofy and niche, but I think something could come out for that.
Yep. Well, there you go. So I guess that just about does it. So thank you to anyone who watched this week's podcast. I thought it was a lot of fun.
You covered Andrew.
No, did I? Sorry. It should be like the new, like a Mike Wazowski meme.
Yeah.
Put it
On the magazine.
like
I'm on a podcast.
like right here.
Look, Mom, I'm on a podcast.
So thanks to everyone who watched. I got some more YouTube videos with these guys planned that I'm gonna make them do even if they're unwilling. But yeah, if you watched this far, I appreciate it. If you watched any at all, I appreciate it.
Sorry we couldn't guess all you WarioWare fans.
Hey, y'all
out
got the
there.
first game quick.
Yeah.
If you want to catch us live, the three of us are often streaming Smash Brothers at twitch.tv/dailybeating. I'll be streaming other random stuff, intermittently around those times. But yeah, I guess that's about all I had to say. Anything else on y'all's minds, tip of your tongues?
Nope.
Good. Had a good time.
Well, cool. Well, with that, I guess I will bid y'all adieu, and thank y'all for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. I just want you to know, Gorilla Glue is our sponsor today, and it is it is the best.
Gosh.
You stick it on there and it sticks. It's glue. That's
I was gonna
pretty
say,
much all there is to it.
Put it in your-
Nickelodeon is our sponsor.
Oh.
Big thanks to Nickelodeon.
Big thanks to Nickelodeon. Specifically Nick at Night.
Nick at Night.
SpongeBob After Dark.
SpongeBob After Dark.
All right, just